Mhm.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna deal with all the stuff that we didn't from the planning scene. So we've said what poison is being made
Mhm.
by Fleur's poisoner. Um, Michelle,
Yep, I have rolled some dice and written them down,
cool,
ready to launch them on people. That's what the little feather was all about.
awesome. And Sasha, what alchemical thing are you making? Well,
I think I'm just gonna make a loud distraction if I want to escape or like get out. So I've got
yeah,
I'm gonna make some firecrackers, which are just fireworks, quite frankly.
okay. I
They're
guess they'll
dangerous.
injure you. Yeah, they're dangerous for the obvious reason firecrackers are dangerous. So
Yeah.
it's nighttime. Like day turns to evening, and people finish their jobs. And unless they're heavily overworked, there's still a few people working, but it's evening, it's night, darkness settles, and the crimes begin. So this is when I have to remember how the rules work. So this system has something called heat. And that's basically the points I get to cause you guys problems.
Woo.
So by virtue of the day or the night, the segment beginning, I get 5 heat. And realised that I should probably organise somewhere to write that down. So, does anyone have anything in particular that they want to do first? Like, that they know what they want to do? Because what we'll do is each in turn, you'll do something, you'll either be, you get it, a flat roll, or we'll do a little scene if everyone wants to go together on a field trip. So yeah, who wants to start?
I want to divine where is the quartet.
Okay, yeah. So, let me have a look at that for you. Yep. So, why do you? Sorcery is very illegal. Um, where are you going to do this?
History might be very illegal, but you know, old lady just sipping her tea in the privacy of her own home. Seems perfectly legitimate. The tea might have a few more hallucinogenic mushrooms in it than entirely normal for the whole trance induction thing, but no one's going to come by, right?
Yeah, no one's going to come by. So use sorcery with 4 challenge dice because you always have to use challenge dice. I will remind you that challenge dice are rolled by basically. So roll me a d100 and roll me 4 d10s. Separate to that.
Okay, so I get 75 on my D100, which is comfortably under my 90% use sorcery.
Yep, so it works.
And my exciting challenge dice come up 4, 6, 5, 2.
4, 6,
5,
5.
2.
That's 4 drawbacks.
Fantastic!
Because you have to roll over a 6 or over to be fine.
So I rolled 1 6 in that,
Oh.
so that's 3 drawbacks.
Yeah, sorry, I can't count. No wait, it's 1 to 6 are drawbacks, 7 to 10 are nothing. So
Oh fuck.
I'm checking the rules that someone else used for this because I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah. So you succeed with 4 drawbacks. What do you think the cost will be, or the unintended? I have an idea, but like, do you have anything specific that you want to be a drawback?
With your idea first.
Okay. So, what do you want to learn, or what time and place do you wish to view?
The location of the quartet.
So,
Where are they being hidden?
So what you do is you sip your tea and you go into your
I
office.
sit back on my rocking chair.
You sit back on your rocking chair and suddenly you're sat in an office. You're sat in the office of the... One second. Where is the automatic job? There it is. 1 second. Sorry. I have too many notes. Of the we've got alchemy, alchemistry. The alchemist shop of the of 1 Juniper Elmsfield. You are sat in its back office, where carefully placed is the blah 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 blah, is the quartet, the miniaturized quartet, and you view it, and you can tell, like, you're viewing it, but you're not viewing it in the mundane way. This is sorcery. It doesn't pay attention to like such mundane things as physical walls and stuff. So you see it more like it's an expanding diagram in a way. So like you see that it's contained within metal boxes, but within the metal boxes are padding, and on the locks are alchemical. But as you look at it and as you spend time, you realise there seems to be some sort of glowing dust coming off you that settles on the ground like snow. It's a very visible sign of sorcery. So there's going to be some heat that you gather, because they are going to start being aware that sorcery is being used to hunt this thing down. And also, as you come out of it, you realise that room had something strange going on with it, and it's going to be a lot. Wait, no, I can't do that because maximum. And like, you realise that you're not going to be able to interact with that without something going weird about you. The next time that you interact with the miniaturized quartet, you're going to have two. The next 2 times you interact with the quartet, you're going to have 2 challenge dice on the rolls.
Dear, best get the broom.
So, that's that one. Who wants to go next?
I'm kind of tagging along to other people's things, so I'll let them go first.
You can tag along to other things and also get your own.
Can I send at the end of that? Can I like send a little urchin to update like compatriots on the location?
So the idea is that you're all doing these at the same time, so you can't like change your action mid-section, but like it was assumed that you will update each other throughout time for the next section.
Cool.
Well, I think I'll do my main one after at least Riley.
Okay.
I'm gonna I'm gonna try and find Lady Petrona Nightingale in the Noble District and sneak around trying to find something that I could like blackmail her with, something some kind of like a thing that would ruin her reputation, something like that.
So finding where she is isn't difficult, because she has dragged her family, like she's dragged everyone she could out to the theatre for the evening, because he likes art, he likes fancy things. She's off to the theatre, and so you can go and you can sneak in, and like you're probably not going to want to sneak into the main show, because like with all respect to the mummers here, who cares? but the place that you're probably most interested in is the theatre bar, where the theatre lounge, where she's going to be sitting before, during the interval, and afterwards.
Okay.
Does anyone else want to come with to sneak into the theatre bar? Cool, yeah. So the two of you, huh?
Noble time.
Noble time. So the two of you go and head into the like, you belong here. Like, as far as anyone knows, this is the two lovely ladies on an evening out at the theatre. So you can slip into the lounge and not particularly be noticed as out of place. What do you? They're like Lady Petrova is sat there with her beloved Eleonora stood beside her, ready for anything she might want, and a few other members of her house are sat around her. You notice that behind her, standing silently, is a bodyguard, which seems pretty normal. Like, the heads of houses tend to have a bodyguard around, but like it's around particularly when they're leading up to big events. But other than that, it seems pretty unguarded. Like, there's more nobles around who are just there for the theatre, and some of them have their own private guards, but they're not going to mess with you if you don't mess with them, particularly. So what do you want to do?
Well, I suppose I'm saying this to Hortensia. I suppose we're gonna get any information from on Trono, we better.
Microphone, Riley.
Oh, is that better?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
I'm saying this to Hortensia. I suppose if we want to get any information on Petroria, Petrona, we should sneak up on her, kind of sit near her for the night, listen into conversations.
Good idea.
You know, see if there's anything we can get out of it.
I do have to redact something. You are conspicuous. By the way. What's your character's name again?
What?
It's just a mechanical thing that you are gravediggers are conspicuous in noble districts, and you currently are in a noble district.
I've got the quirk.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot
Specifically
about
because
that.
of this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Ignore me.
No worries.
Wait 1 second. Let me double check that. Where is it? Gravedigger, poisoner. Oh yeah. No. Ignore me. I forgot. I misremembered how that quirk works. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Carry on. What did you say, Riley?
We're gonna kind of get close to Lady Nightingale and her family and listen in on their
Okay.
conversations.
Okay, yeah. Roll me sneak around. Roll me it with an advantage because he's not exactly paying attention.
How are you doing advantage die?
Roll me a D roll me a D8 and you want to leave a number.
Yep. Okay, hold on. I rolled 91 on my sneak around. My sneak around is 90. That is so.
Do you want to push your luck?
I will. I also got an 8 on my advantage die.
Okay, yeah. So
It's 10. I spent 10 luck.
Sorry. Did you say you got 91? I'm sorry. You actually got a 45.
cool.
What do you mean?
You are about to step wrong. You're about to step in a way that means that it looks like you're being weird and awkward. When you remember something really weird that you got told during the planning meeting, and instead you step slightly differently, and you're completely fine.
And that's a 20 from me and a 6 on the advantage die.
Cool. This is when I find out that Yeah. So, Riley, you listen in, and you're as the one who rolled higher between the two of you actually.
Well, I rolled 45, so it'd be me.
I got the better roll.
Yeah. Dusk is pretty weird in that the higher roll is better as long as you don't go over.
Right.
It's a very odd way of doing it. So Riley, like you actually managed to listen into Lady Petrova short talking to Eleonora, and like she's quietly muttering Eleonora seemed like Eleonora doesn't really have time for this. Like she's here to work and but like it's the job of the handmaiden to deal with the emotional issues of her employer. So she's comforting Lady Petrova as Lady Petrova quietly laments that Juniper isn't here because she really would like him to be here, and she says, and it seems that she's got talking about the fact that hopefully with this fair he'll finally get the reputation he needs to become a noble.
Uh,
Meanwhile, Fleur, you're talking, you're listening to seeing that da 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 where is it? Seeing that Elizabeth seems to have this sorted, you'll have like the main person sorted. You're listening more on the outskirts. You end up listening to one of her sisters, the youngest one, who is talking about how basically she seems a bit annoyed, jealous. That she seems mostly just annoyed that it's like that Petrova has all of this reputation, given that she doesn't actually do any work. Eleanor is the one who does all the work, and that in her mind, the lady of the house should be like actually doing something and not spending all her time dragging people out to theaters. And you also get from her that um basically while they're doing this, it's really annoying because it means that the house is basically empty. Other than staff, there's no one really at home because he insists on dragging everyone out. And that it's just such a misuse of her powers as the head of the household to boost the audience or plays.
Mm.
So yeah, that's what you get.
Interesting.
Do you try and do anything else while you're here, or is it like go in, listen to a bit of gossip, leave?
I mean, I don't particularly have anything else that I'm planning on doing.
I was mainly here looking for gossip on Trovia.
Mhm.
You got your
sorry.
gossip.
And I'm assuming that like where she lives is easy to find.
Yeah, so the Nightingale estate is a known place, especially because you both know about the nobility quite well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's just Fleur and Sasha who have things left to do.
I mean, I've just done a thing, so Sasha, you go ahead.
Yeah, so what I would like more to do is I want to get some dirt on Juniper.
Mhm.
I want to maybe go to a tavern or a pub where I might bump into some co-workers of his, maybe servants if he has servants. I know he's not a noble, but he has some wealth.
Yeah.
Um, I just want to find someone who is really um, has a bone to pick with him, maybe, who dislikes him, who can maybe kind of get access into his house, perhaps, or just give me some dirt. Um, yeah,
If you just as a heads up, if you go into the merchant district, you will be noticed as
yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
Are you happy to do this anyway?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So like you go
I-
into one of the sorry.
I think Maud doesn't know she's conspicuous.
That's so fair.
I think Maud is just like, yeah, I'm fine. With like this very brightly kind of decorated goose. I think it's the goose that gives her away.
Yeah.
But
Like
anyway,
you walk in and people give you a glance and then they look down and then they give you a second glance. And then the bartender looks at you and is like, "Why the goose, Mom?"
well, the goose needs to drink as well. Have you ever
I
considered the humble goose's sustenance? A goose has needs, and I am here to supply them.
I'm not
I will.
serving a goose alcohol.
Why not?
It's under the legal drinking age, I presume.
Kind of Moose kind of goes and Maud goes actually you find he's 21 years old. He's an extraordinarily long-lived gentleman.
I reserve the right to deny service to a goose. This is a respectable establishment, and we do not serve geese here.
I think
So bad.
kind of Maud Maud just kind of sighs and goes, as you will, and kind of ushers kind of Moose off to kind of go and hide somewhere.
Yeah. So the goose is gone,
Hmm.
and you're in a tavern. There's
Mhm.
merchants sat at tables drinking away their problems,
Mhm.
spending their output from that day.
Mhm.
So what do you want? Do you drink?
I'm just gonna I'll just have a green tea. Um, and I think she's aiming to overhear
Yeah.
any kind of mention of Juniper.
Okay.
Just kind of like,
Like, are you trying to do this by like actively gossiping with them and trying to get information that way, or are you just trying to listen in?
I think trying to be true to the character. I think she feels a bit awkward about gossiping with them.
Okay.
I mean she could try. She might actually sidle up and go. Maybe she might sidle up to like a table and go of people who look to be like they could be guild alchemists, maybe.
Yeah. Like, there's a table of guild alchemists who are they're not doing alchemy on the drinks because that would get them like lose their license, but they're
Oh yeah.
definitely experimenting with drinks
Mm. I
in
think
ways that are inadvised.
like more just kind of like slightly awkwardly with her green tea. Like she's not drinking alcohol. She like kind of sits down with these kind of like I suppose young and up and coming alchemists. And she's
Yeah.
like, hello.
Hey, we're trying this thing, and they show you various alcohols where they're mixing together that should not be mixed together. You want to try
Oh,
it?
oh, that sounds delightful. Yes.
Go on, do it.
She drinks sip.
It's absolutely disgusting. It's clearly like only there for the dare and the alcohol content.
Not bad. You could improve this with a little bit of bitters, I think. Rye whiskey.
Yeah, more
Um,
alcohol.
well, yeah, not too bad.
So what brings you
Smiles.
to us? Are you you new one at the you just passed the school?
Yes. Yes. I go
Yeah?
to school.
Maybe we shouldn't have given you that drink then if you're still at school.
Oh no. I am studying in like an undergrad, postgraduate kind of capacity.
Oh yeah, you're not going the apprentice track then. You're going hard research.
Yes, I enjoy researching things.
Sure, whatever.
What do you like doing?
Oh, well, not my job.
Oh, does your job suck?
Yeah, I'm apprenticed to this guy, and it's just a pain in the arse. He's always making.
Oh,
It's such like it's like the little diamante thing has to be this tiny
no.
inch to the left, and I'm like, I'm an alchemist. I'm not a jewelry designer.
Sounds like such hard work, and you seem like you're really unappreciated.
I am actually. I really am.
I mean, I can see kind of gestures to drink. You've clearly got some genius at work here.
Yeah.
And you know, I can't believe they're not valuing that and seeing that. It's really sad.
Romy got it with merchants.
Okay, so I'm rolling a D100.
Yeah.
And my gossip with merchants is
Yeah.
80.
Yeah, roll me a d10 as well because you have been a bit awkward with them.
Oh, that's an 82.
Do you want to push your luck?
I want to push my luck.
And what do you get on the challenge dice?
So you want me to
The
roll another
separate
D10?
Yeah.
Oh, a 3.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
can't
so
bloody roll.
you lose 10 luck, but they do go but basically yeah. The conversation continues on for a bit, and they basically he's like, yeah, no, I'm working for that Juniper, and he's like, I'm lucky I managed to get out tonight. He's been making me work all hours on this stupid miniaturized quartet thing. Sorry, 1 second. Where is that? Not that one. Let me find the correct section. And like he keeps making me make these like little trinket things, but like they're never sold.
Can
Like
I have a look at one of those things? Do you have
I don't
one?
have one on me. Like I'd be dead if I took it out of the like. But yeah, no, like when I've asked him about it, he said that it's a gift for some lady Nightingale or whatever.
Sounds like he's putting his woman before his job.
Yeah, he really is, and it's like, why?
Like, really shouldn't mix business and pleasure. It's a bad idea.
Yeah. As you're doing this, by the way, how much have you gotten around like the criminal scene before? Have you committed some crimes before?
Yes, I think Maud
Yeah.
has committed quite a lot of crimes actually.
Yeah, like as you're doing this, 1 second, let me have a look. I just want a little enemy as a treat. A couple of a couple of the city watch come in. Clearly like near the end of their shift, may like thinking like, oh, we'll just watch the bar till the tavern as like an easy job before the end of the shift. And then they catch eyes with you.
Smile and wave. Hello.
And they walk over.
This would be a wonderful opportunity for Moose to return with some firecrackers that he decides to set off in the middle of the
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that he can do. You know what? I'm gonna say to have made it possible to what we use an alchemical device.
roller using alchemical device.
Yeah, making it use compatible.
So that would be I need a 90 to do that. Okay, so that's a 74.
Yeah, you do it. Boom, and the city watch glance at the goose, glance at you, do the maths of the goose criminal.
I don't have any connection with the goose. I'm running out. I'm leaving.
Okay, yeah.
I think I'm imagining like Moose kind of with crackers, like kind of going clack 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 clack, kind of running around.
One of them is running after the goose. The other one is One of them is running after Goose, and the other one is looking at you and it's like,
I've never met a goose in my life. I'm going to. I think it's incredibly rude to challenge
Can I
any
make
kind of
the
enterprising lady. Yes.
Can I
Go
make
on.
the guard roll 91 on their?
the god hasn't rolled yet. They know this because those two were cellmates.
Damn it.
Oh yeah. Backstory time. I met Moose while I was in jail. Yeah, there have definitely been wanted posters with both our faces on it.
Yeah.
I would just say it's incredibly rude to assume a random citizen is involved with a tricksy goose.
Roll me anything else to lie to this to the city watchman.
That handsome goose I heard has an 8-pack, but I'm not related.
Okay. Oh, that's a 55. Could I push my luck again?
Yeah, you can push your luck. You do
Okay.
have to roll a challenge dice though. I forgot about that rule. You have to roll a challenge
Okay,
dice.
so
to push your
roll a
luck.
challenge dice as well. That's a 9.
Yeah,
Wow,
no.
someone succeeded on a challenge dice at last.
Yeah, so yeah, no. Yeah, I guess could have gotten up to other things after your stint together. But that.
I'm a respectable woman of talent.
But we've heard rumors of you performing alchemy without a license.
No, those rumors entirely unsubstantiated. If anything, the goose is performing alchemy.
Okay, so you wouldn't mind coming down to the office then just to do some checks of your previous work?
I mean, I am having a quite like. She quite mind.
Sorry, you cut out.
I would say I'm having a leisurely evening. I want to go home.
Unfortunately, due to previous acts committed, we are going to. You can just run on an ASCAD level.
I think I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run.
Roll me a run like hell.
Run like hell. Okay, here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, that is a. Oh, that's bad. That's a 93. What's with these high rolls?
So yeah, you go to run, and I need to get my dice now.
Do all the mummers have the cartoon like sound effect?
Yeah.
This
This chase definitely has that sound effect.
It's got Benny Hill theme going. This is what's happening.
This is the second time someone has said Benny Hill theme in a game, I think.
33. Yeah, no. As you go.
You said that's 33, but I think you'll find it's actually 91.
Yeah. So as you go to run, like you don't manage to get out the door, and they try and grab you, but they do just kind of fail at doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking this excuse to leave?
Yes, I'm booking it.
You're booking it. Okay, let me figure out how much heat you caused by starting this. Pushing the bar.
We're going to be rapidly reduced down to 3 members of our troop.
So witticism. Is this a crime? No, it's not a crime.
I mean, setting off fireworks in a public space.
That is property damage, so you do get 2 hit from that.
It's the goose who did the crime. It's not me.
The goose is a crew member.
Fine.
Have you cake and eat it too?
So yeah, you are now on 14 heat.
Great.
No wait, 19
one
heat.
day.
19 heat.
One.
Well, we've only got 3, so we might as well make the most of it.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah. So that happened. And I believe we just got Fleur now.
Yeah. Would I? Is Lady Nightingale out for the entire duration of this section, or would she be back at home at some point?
What would be more useful for you?
Back at home. I want to go talk to her and her sister.
Like you do actually have. She does have to do this thing called sleeping at some point, so
Yes.
she does return.
So, somewhat late at night, but not ridiculously late, hopefully. they'll return to their house and find Madame Hortensia waiting at the front door in a combination of her like plague doctor outfit, her like proper plague doctor outfit, and her kind of more fancy I'm visiting a noble on medicinal business outfit. And the mask is on. Um, and as they return, uh, she'll just say, "Ah, uh, hello. Um, I'm just here to perform some checkups. There's been some outbreaks in the area. I've already checked your neighbours, and I would have gone in beforehand and like just basically done a fake checkup on the neighbours, so that if
Yeah.
Petrova like checks and asks if it's bullshit, they will also think that that's a thing." And I'm essentially asking permission to enter the house and give the members of the family a quick checkup and make sure that everything's all right and they're not kind of falling victim to this strange outbreak.
Fascinating. Roll me lie to someone.
Damn right. That's cocked. 20 again.
Yeah. Oh, Madam Morgan, of course. Is everything okay? If there's an
Well,
outbreak,
hopefully. It doesn't seem to be deadly, but it spreads like wildfire, so it's best to make sure we know who has it and keep it contained.
yeah, no, it's just such a great concern with my event coming up in such a few days, and
I'm aware. Well, hopefully you'll be all fine.
yeah, no, just tell me what I need to do. I can get everyone.
Of course. Ideally individual checkups, just
Yes.
so that we have doctor's privacy, of course. And then basically
Yeah.
we'll just like go to like a living room or something, and I'll have each person come in and turn. And
You
when it comes to
are.
that, yeah,
There are many. This is a big estate, and there are multiple living rooms. You are guided to, admittedly, one of the smaller ones, but you're not sure whether this is an act of disrespect or whether it's just because, like, it's the one that's best suited to the job because the couch is like quite well situated, and there's a coffee table you can have the equipment on, and there's a separate chair.
yeah.
That
And
seems
I'll
to
wait.
be normally used for a like little like for a piano. So it's more of a piano stool.
Mm, yeah. And but when it comes to Lady Nightingale herself, um, I will basically start just kind of gossiping with her about the fair, about how she feels about it, and uh, it's a grand event, and you're well known for being connected for it. Like, have you got any worries? Are things going smoothly? Like, just gossiping about the fair while like doing this fake checkup, which like because I'm a doctor looks exactly like a real checkup. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
Robbie gossip with nobles.
hell yeah. Yes. 35 success.
Yeah, so she seems oddly at ease about it. She seems to think it'll completely go fine, there'll be no worries. And you start to get the feeling that like she's not the one handling it at all. Like
Mm,
she doesn't even really know what's going to be presented other than what Juniper's presenting.
mm,
And when you ask about it, she's like, "Oh, I have Eleanor that."
mm,
She's handling everything. She's got a list of names, invitations, projects, all of that's her problem. We're not nobles to be doing the busy work. That's what we have employees for.
mm,
I mean,
of course.
I know you couldn't quite understand, like you're not quite there yet, but
And is there any information that I can kind of eke out about her connection to Juniper, or is it purely professional?
um, I'm going to say that's all you can get because just
Okay,
like one team,
that makes
one
sense.
goal.
Um, I mean, ideally, if I can talk to the sister as well. But if you
Um,
keep rather contain it to a role, that's all good.
spend 10 look to extend the scene.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Seems like something that's important to get.
So yeah, you get to talk to her sister,
Yeah,
who is one
the one
um
who is annoyed and jealous.
an Ivana Nightingale. Yeah, you get to talk to Ivana Nightingale as well.
Excellent. And essentially, it's same sort of thing, gossiping, and aim here is to kind of get her to talk a little bit about her annoyance with her sister, so that I'm not just bringing out the blue, and then like kind of gently steer it towards like, is this something that you're like thinking of doing anything about? And like, um, is like Eleanor overworked? Do you think that there's any risk of like things going wrong because Lady Nightingale isn't like doing things herself? Just kind of like seeing whether I could weaponize this kind of animosity, and try and like not necessarily like turn up and say like, hey, do you want to kill your sister? But like just kind of seeing how I can use this person to get towards the goal of sabotaging the fair.
Yeah. Roll me Gossip with Nobles with 2 advantages for the previous information you have.
Hell yeah. Have you got any more magic role replacing in you?
You already get 2.
Only
Okay,
had 2.
cool. Oh man, seems like something that would be very
I
bad to
guess
go
you gotta
wrong.
push your luck. Guess you...
Yeah.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 78 and both advantage dice were evens.
So you do get 2 advantages.
Yeah, both advantage dice were evens. I'm
You would
gonna spend another 20 luck on that
Yeah.
to pop it down
roll
to.
me 2 challenge dice then, because
Oh shit. Nope, those are both bad.
okay. So you're gossiping, and what did I say her name was? Ivana. Ivana is happy to talk about the annoyance with her sister. Like, he tells you about how like I'm trying to think what she's gonna tell you about now. Because you're pressing hard on the part that like I kind of screwed up on planning. It's fine. It's completely fine. I'm just having to do more off the top of my head. So what did you particularly want to know about?
Well, presumably she tells me the things I overheard previously.
Yeah.
And basically I want to know if like kind of just like talk to her on a personal level and talk about I want to know like if she is like inclined at all to um mess with this fair to try and get her sister to be like, how deep does this animosity go? Is it the sort of thing where she might want to mess with things to get her sister's reputation down, or supplant her as kind of the lead of the family?
Like she talks and you very much get the vibe from the energy from her that like she'd be willing to sabotage the fair, but not in a way that affects the family reputation. If it was in a way that made it so that the alchemist looked bad and it made the alchemist look awful, she would be completely down to help with that, because she's quite offended by the fact that like merchants are being consistently allowed into the family home. Like
Yeah, cool.
it's in her mind it's a waste of her dynasty.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
yeah.
And maybe, well, Petrova seems to have a close relationship with Juniper. Maybe that's a place to start.
Oh, that Juniper. He keeps leaving trinkets in the mailbox,
I see.
and she keeps picking them up, and it's a mess. And there's rumors that he's doing some really bad stuff to try and become a noble. It's all a mess, and the family's going to get doctor's privacy, of course, of course. Rumor has it he's dealing with criminals.
Oh dear. That is worrying.
Yeah.
Certainly wouldn't want Lady Petrova to be incriminated in such a way.
No, I mean, this is just between you and me. This is medical privacy and all that.
I'm going to need you
If
to speak up a bit because I can't hear you.
yeah, sure. This is just between you and me, medical privacy and all that. But
Of course.
I mean, I wouldn't mind knocking that Juniper down a peg or two. He's got ideas above his station. He wasn't born into a dynasty. What right does he have to become one? You can't just become a lady. It's meant to be in your blood.
Exactly. You seem perfectly healthy. Thank you very much for spending this time with me. And then I'll finish checking up anyone who I haven't checked up yet. And the result is you're all perfectly healthy. Congratulations, you haven't got the plague. And then I
Wonderful.
leave.
You leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a fruitful session. So, night turns back into day, and you get to pick whether you want a planning session or if you want to do some more work.
I think we need a planning session up.
Yes.
We need a planning session.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So, are you guys ready to go for your planning session?
Think so.
Yeah.
Timer starts now.
Cool.
So,
Well.
dearies, the quartet was in the back office of Juniper's shop
Right.
last night.
Okay.
They're locked up in metal boxes, so someone needs to be a bit handy with the old lockpicks. Hope we have one of those. No?
Hopefully.
I guess we could blow the lock as well, but that's a little bit obvious.
I'm sure we could figure something out.
I say was because there might be a little bit of suspicious residue around the establishment. So we might want to act quickly on that one because they may be moving.
Right. Okay. Understood.
Well, I found out that Lady Nightingale seems to have some kind of interest in Juniper that is perhaps more than friends, and potentially wants to make Juniper a noble, which is somewhat unheard of. And there's definitely a means of making Lady Nightingale lose respect with other nobles because of this that I could see arising.
I found out that I spoke to some of Juniper's employees who are currently making some intricate kind of jewelry-like alchemy objects, which they said are locked up in the workshop and seem to have something to do with the motorized quartet.
Interesting. I followed up somewhat on what we overheard. I visited the Nightingale estate under the guise of medicine. It seems that Lady Petrova herself has little clue of what's actually going on with the festival, and that Eleanor is doing all the work. And by little clue, I mean she is aware of exactly nothing except Juniper. And I also talked to her sister. I overheard something about jealousy and anger at reputation being squandered. And apparently Juniper's had some criminal dealings, which we may want to follow up on. And the sister herself would be open to potentially sabotaging the fair, and in theory, Juniper, so long as that doesn't bring fall on the estate. So maybe we can use her as well. Potentially also sabotaging Petrova's reputation without sabotaging the family itself.
Well, I'm sure there's something that could be done there.
Yes. But Juniper and his quartet does seem to be the main target here.
Well, there's some other stuff at the fair, right? It's not just the quartet.
Oh yes, but
Was the quartet that's a threat?
Exactly, and given the connections between Petrova and Juniper himself, that's an option.
Well,
Hmm.
I personally see a fairly easy way of dealing with Petrova and Juniper in the same swoop.
Hmm?
Eliminate Petrova, place the blame on Juniper, someone who Petrova is coming to frequent contact with. Suddenly seems someone who it would be fairly easy to place the blame on for murder. And
There,
it would be right down my alley.
Juniper was placing little gifts for Petrova in their mailbox, so potentially if we could plant some sort of explosive that could
Ooh.
could work. Explosive or poison, of course. Although it might be difficult to actually gain access to the mailbox without being spotted.
Hmm.
I'm sure I could disguise myself and sneak in.
We could if we I mean we could swap one of the real instances fake one,
Exactly.
perhaps.
Although that may be more destructive than we need it to be. If we simply ruin her reputation in that affair, we don't need to get our hands quite as bloody.
Or could you whip up a substance that will make her act super weird that you could put on one of her toys?
Hallucinogens, perhaps. Although I'm not sure how changing her behaviour will actually affect things. I think we need to chase up on Eleanor to actually sabotage the organisation of the fair, and Juniper and the quartet sabotage the when it takes place.
So we blow up the lady with a thing in the post,
Mm-hmm.
pin it on Juniper because it's her thing in the post,
mm,
his thing in the post, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go have a nice drink with Eleonora and find out what the other presentation things stuff are, right?
Certainly an option.
If I may, if we mm, kill Petrova and pin it on Juniper, m- might there be another alchemist who kind of takes over Juniper's position? Are we actually
Likely.
eliminating the
That's why we
quartet
need to go.
itself?
That's why we also need to follow up with Eleanor, find out what the other alchemists are up to, and then
Right,
have you sabotage their stuff tomorrow.
right.
So we deal with the main one tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps even if it got out that Juniper had both murdered Petrova and um, placed some form of poison or something similar into the quartet with the intention of affecting the fair, people would be more less trustworthy of anyone trying to create this kind of technology again.
Can you
That's
get
true.
in Can you make a problem for Juniper's workshop? So I'm thinking we want to pin down that quartet so we can sabotage it.
Mm-hmm.
If there's some kind of official inspection that makes them get everything out, you might be able to slip something in there that's gonna smell on the day of the fair.
That's true. Or of course, I could run another medical inspection and distract him in his shop while someone else sneaks round back and gets that sorted. That's an option.
Get all that done tonight?
Sure, we
Could
can.
work, yes.
If
I'm go on.
if someone is needed to sneak in, I'm more than willing to lend a hand.
I'm more than happy to draw up designs, um, whatever sabotage we would like. Are we still on in the minds of itching and coughing?
Yeah,
I was
something.
wondering.
And
Okay,
a bad smell. Don't forget the bad smell.
bad smell, bad smell. I was wondering if we could have something that would set hair on fire, but would that be a bit too much?
I mean, it's not within my talents, that's for sure.
Okay.
I
Maud
struggle.
smiles.
I struggle to imagine something that can set hair on fire without setting the rest of the person on fire. Ideally, we don't want to cause too much collateral damage.
Oh,
Okay. Little bit dejected. Okay.
On people.
All right. I'll see if I can make metal automatons set on fire. Who knows?
Well, you've got corrosion, right? You mentioned
Oh
corrosion
yes.
before. Perhaps you
Oh
can
yeah.
melt through their wirings.
That might be a good idea.
Maybe fake some sort of technical malfunction, overheating.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it's all to work.
More or less that. Yes.
okay, so we're doing a contact poison on the gadget, Juniper gadget, and then a weird alchemical thing to put in the quartet. Is that what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Seems so. Are we going for like acid, like corrosive in the quartet, or are we going for that stink itch cloud? Because stink itch cloud is my stuff.
Right, itch cloud. Okay, then we should do a nice horrible smelly itch cloud in the quartet, and we can build a nice bomb for our delightful noble friend. Right?
I mean, do we want to kill her tonight? We could potentially kill her the day before the fair.
I think we want to kill her tonight because that lets whoever's going to crawl out the woodwork to save it crawl out the woodwork, so we can do them too.
That could work. Although, here's the thing: killing Lady Petrova, while it will frame Juniper, won't actually interrupt the fair itself.
No, that's why I'll be stalking Eleonora tonight and seeing
Right.
what she's up to, where she's at, who are our most important folks, and then we can deal with that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Taking
Okay.
taking out Petrova is less about disrupting the fair from taking place, or about disrupting the um, standing of the fair, disrupting the respect people have for it, instead of disrupting it from its organization.
It's the framing Juniper bit that's the important bit.
Yes.
Exactly.
And doing that with an explosive is probably better anyway. That way, framing will look more like an alchemist's doing.
Right. So we want a alchemical mishap on this gift.
Accidental looking explosion.
Oh, I see.
Like not
Okay.
Accidental looking, a gift that went awry. Make
Maybe.
it seem like his concoctions are
unstable.
untrustworthy.
Right.
Yes, unstable, exactly.
Right. Like perhaps I don't know, some concoction that's supposed to play a little bit of music, for example, overheats and blows up the entire house.
Well, maybe not the entire house, but at least the room she's in.
Okay. I
Um,
suppose I
maybe,
have to limit my ambitions.
maybe you can design it so that there's a good bit of shrapnel with the metal pieces playing the music. Try and get her well. And if she survives, so much the better. She can blame Juniper for his wrongdoings. But, well.
I mean, even if she stays with Juniper, it looks bad, doesn't it?
Exactly. Well, I think we've got a plan.
Is there any kind of is there any information that we could do with tonight? I know Veronica, you're planning on heading to find Eleanova, but is there any other information perhaps I could gather?
You're covering sticking the thing in the post box, right?
I can certainly go ahead and put it in there if Maud is able to make it.
Yeah, mechanically, if you lead the postbox one and then I lead the one to his workshop, we can all kind of be on the things we need to be on.
May I quickly remind you, nobles will probably not get their own post.
Oh yeah, that's why it has to go when it's like
Yeah.
made, when it's like played with, rather than when it's
This
like
is it.
picked up.
It's not just like a jewelry. It's a little music blocks that the
Yeah.
open and play.
A gift.
If
The thing is also, it's possible that he leaves the gifts himself, in which case, if we put it in the post box, unhelpful.
We was going to swap one, weren't we?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Swap. I
we
don't
go into his workshop. We swap it.
or we go into Trover's house, swap it.
Yeah,
Or the-
that's
yeah.
all. That's probably safe and
Swap
better.
it, swap it in the post box is probably a good idea. Yeah.
Mechanically, is Maud able to make something and then I deliver it in the same night?
I think so.
Cool.
Like you're in
Like-
the same place right now.
Yeah, and also like the making is technically part of the planning scene. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
You have like 10 seconds left.
mhm. I think
Okay, change of plan.
Oh yeah, everyone needs a new one of these.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Now that I know that we can make
Yep,
things
so,
after the time is up.
Yep. So, Melissa, do your 2 roles. Before you guys explain your what you're making, we've hit £1,000, guys.
Woo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well reached.
Thank
so
you
much,
to everyone
everybody
who's watched
donated.
and donated and stuff. But yeah, so what horrible things are you making to accomplish this murder?
Anyway, murder.
Anyway,
I'm,
murder.
I'm definitely sold on like one of those little boxes where you open it up and the lid's pirouetting. So it's like a tinkly little sound.
Little
And by the
automatic
end, you get
music
to
box.
when you get to the end, it goes.
Okay, yeah.
There's the weasel.
What
Exactly.
what drawback will it like? How would it misfire?
What drawback could it have? How could it misfire? A part of me likes the idea that it could collateral damage is one, or the other one possibly might be
damage.
that would be the classic one, or the other one might be that it might not actually kill her; it might just injure.
Okay, yeah.
Which one do we think is more interesting?
I mean, collateral damage fits the character over like a few too many explosions instead of few too few.
Yeah.
But
Okay, let's do it that way. It
makes
might end
sense
up
for Maud,
blowing. It might
like,
end up burning down the
overpower it.
house, and not just her, and it will possibly look less like him and more like someone else is sabotaging.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll look
Yeah,
a
that
bit more
works.
I
like a
think I was just
pipe
think more just gets excited about it. I think they're just having a very good time.
bomb. Damn right.
Like cue kind of like a montage shop with lots of like bubbling oil, bubbling kind of like chemical vial.
It's like
Yeah.
when you're baking, you're pouring in flour and you go tipping it in and you go, whoops, that's way too much. But with gunpowder.
Oh wow! Yes,
Oh, wow.
exactly.
Too many
Yeah.
chocolate chips. What a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. And what poison are you making?
I'm making a small like glass droplet with inside a very very volatile powder, which hopefully shouldn't it like powder that's slightly wet. When it comes in contact with the air, it disperses very rapidly and hopefully looks like maybe it's like oil or something that's part of a machinery. Like it's a black kind of substance. It's extremely urticant, will itch and smell and feel very very bad to inhale. And it does that immediately upon contact with the air. It is sealed, and the downside is that it is extremely volatile, and that vial, if dropped, will cause it to immediately explode, and
Love it.
propagate
Yeah.
that on us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
there we are.
Legwork. See, the night falls. What are you all up to?
I
Who wants
suppose
to
I
go
should
first?
go after more. No, we've already made the pipe bomb, haven't we?
We have.
The music, the intricate musical box. Yes.
that right.
So,
I
who's
mean,
going first?
I can go deliver the bomb if no one else wants to go first.
Okay, let me just do some
Swippy
new
swappy.
segment.
Little
20, 27. You are now on 27 heat.
Hell yeah.
Do you need a goose to accompany you for any reason whatsoever while you do this?
No, I think they need to
really-
go to accompany them. They do
I
not
think-
need to go to accompany them
I think the goose
for
would be
any reason.
I wouldn't be against. I wouldn't be against Maud coming. Can we leave Moose behind?
But the goose has been with Mordfin through thick and thin. Why would they leave them behind now?
I think like they look so dejected. You suggest that they just kind of sit down and crumple a little bit, like humming.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. So my idea is I'm gonna make a disguise myself because I'm good at that. And then I'm gonna sneak into um um the Nightingale estate, looking
Okay.
for Lady Petrova's mailbox, or because there was something mentioned about I think Juniper was leaving it in a mailbox for them, or potentially, if I can't find that, a like study or something similar that would have the other um gifts from Juniper in it.
So the mailbox is quite easy to find because mailboxes aren't generally designed to be hard to find. The main issue is that it is behind the gate of the estate, and as you approach, night was fine for names. Why am I so bad at them? Hortensia to come. Rumor has gotten about that that criminals are up to schemes again, especially one certain goose, and
He's not here.
he's not here, but they're still worried. And so, standing by the gates is a do 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 is a five, like, oddly enough, like five guards. Like, this seems overkill, but basically between the plague and the concern about criminals, like, Petrova's got to the point where she's so worried about the plague happening that she's being really strict about who's allowed on the property to make sure that no one, that there's no chance of anyone infecting her. So there is a small group waiting by the door, by the gate as you approach.
Are they all like? Are there 5 guards in a group, or are like some of them split off?
They're in a holding pattern around the gate. Like, 2 of them are like on your side of the gate, and like the other 3 are in like almost are like waiting on the other side.
Okay. So I'm gonna have a look, kind of see if I can find an alternate way in first before I try getting this way. So I'm gonna have a look around, see if there's like a low part of the fence that I could hop over, or something next to a wall that I can climb onto and then climb over the fence and sneak in that way.
1 second. You are the mama alchemist. So
No, that's Sasha. I'm the Vesper assassin.
yeah, no, you're the Vesper assassin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Hmm. Roll me case of joint.
Yep. Hold on.
I knew there was like some kind of role for assassins for this because like it's half of their deal.
With any advantage or disadvantage dice?
No,
or-
you. Actually, give me a couple of disadvantage dice because like of the paranoia that's going around this place.
Yep. So I rolled 69, which is a success,
Yeah.
and then two disadvantage.
Yeah.
One of them was 8, the other was 4, so one fail.
Okay, so let's have a look then. Look, see then. How to spend disadvantage dice. Yeah. So you notice, you do notice that there is technically a way in. One of the neighbors has a low, like, it's incredibly difficult, but one of the neighbors does have a wall that has one of those like walls that you could treat as steps and then like use that to jump over the fence. But it would be difficult to do. It's just more possible than climbing a metal fence.
Well, I'm gonna try and go that way. Get over that part of the wall, and then sneak up to the mailbox to put the package in.
You've
First
gone
for
quiet
me,
again. Riley,
yeah.
try that
Oh.
again.
Is that better?
Yep.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm gonna try and climb over the fence, over this part of the wall, and then sneak around to get to the mailbox to put the package in.
Okay, first roll me a climb, jump, and tumble with a disadvantage, and if the disadvantage kicks in, you will be noticed doing this.
Yep. I've been noticed, but I did succeed.
So you climb and then you jump, but like unfortunately you do thud a bit too hard, and the three guards that were on this side of the fence do look over at you, and they do notice you.
Oh dear, that's not good. Are they coming over to me?
Yeah, they're coming over.
Okay. This might be the chance to take out some guards. I'm gonna because I think it would be unwise to deliver the package while there are guards watching me. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and deal with these guards first. If I can. So my first plan is to try and I'm gonna use brawl with someone to try and take them out in a non-lethal way, like knock them out.
Okay, yeah.
If I can't do that, like if one of the guards is like, if I'm like unable to take them out in a non-lethal way, then I will go to lethal means if necessary. But I would prefer to take them out in a non-lethal way.
Okay, roll me brawl with someone.
This is an attack against a min. These are minions, right? So
These are minions, yeah.
I get 2 advantage dice on attacks
Awesome.
against them. So I'm just attacking one of them for now. So 1 brawl.
Yeah. Well, you attack the 3 as a group.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 1 brawl die. 1 brawl roll though.
Yeah, 1 brawl roll, because your C has a lot to say about fighting minions.
Okay, I got 10, which is a success, but also a very not great success. And then both even on my advantage dice.
So you get 2 advantages. I thought there was something interesting with minions with you guys. You got 2 advantage dice. Yeah. Yeah, you are very good at fighting. And you know the human body very well in the sense that you can take them down. And you know exactly where to hit, where to kick to make it so that the guards are down. Almost silently. And you know that they're going to wake up in the morning. They're going to not be happy when they wake up in the morning, but for now they are dealt with. And more importantly, the guards at the gate seem too focused on their job to notice you.
Well, that's certainly the most ideal situation here. Um,
The thing
having
is, however, leaving them there is going to be evidence of committing a crime.
true, I will deal with them after delivering the package first. Can I try and like loosely hide them in a bush so that they won't be spotted while I'm delivering the package, and
It's
then
more that they're going. It's more that they're going to wake up and be like, someone knocked me out in the middle of the night.
I'm gonna go and put the package in the mailbox first,
Yeah.
and then I will deal with these guards. Do I need to roll to sneak around, or can I just?
Honestly, at this point, you've taken out the people who would have noticed you. You can just go and put it in.
Okay.
You've done the sneaking around method of you can't notice me if you're not conscious.
Having delivered the package, my
Was there already a gift in there from Juniper?
there a gift?
Yeah. There is a gift. Well, actually, no, there isn't a gift in there.
I place a gift. I place this gift inside. And then once again, like sneak back out over to where these three guards are. Now, having knocked out three guards, ideally, I'd prefer if they don't wake up in the morning on the grounds and sound an alarm. So I'm going to try and remove them from the scene. So one by one, I'm going to lift each of the guards and kind of get them over the wall where I came over. So I can take them off of the Nightingale estate and then tie them up else off-site.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna let you do that.
Okay. So I throw them over the wall, kind of quietly, as quietly as you can throw someone who's unconscious over a wall at least.
Yeah.
Then get back over myself, kind of drag them into a nearby alleyway, somewhere that's kind of inconspicuous. You wouldn't go down there unless you needed to. And I tie the three guards up and together.
Okay. Okay. You did it. You did the most complicated mail delivery possible. Who's next?
I mean, I'm happy to go next.
Meanwhile, in the workshop.
Yeah. So I'm upon Elizabeth's return. I'll be taking her and Maud down to.
Are you taking the
Juniper's-
goose? Are you taking Moose?
That's the question.
No, this is a stealth mission.
The goose can be a distraction.
It's fine. The goose would clearly
I'm
show
the
up at some point
distraction.
when you rolled a disadvantage dice.
I think especially for this kind of mission, like Maud does have like a big hoop skirt which Moose can hide under.
Acceptable. You're going to sneak into the back of a workshop in a massive hoop skirt. Why not? So, we are going down to Juniper's workshop, and I'm doing my whole spiel again of, hi, plague. Let me check
plague.
you up, make sure you're not gonna fucking die.
Yeah. There's only one problem.
Yes.
People don't tend to be in their shops at night.
That's a good point. I was hoping that he'd be working late into the evening.
Actually, yeah. If you really want it to be that way, screw it. Yeah, he's working late because he really wants this. Like, he really wants to impress his lover. So he's trying. Like, he's like all of his staff have gone home, and it's just him working alone in the office.
He's burning midnight.
He's burning the midnight oil.
Yeah. So yeah, rap on the door once he opens. This time I'm in non-noble plague doctor attire. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
He
long
cuts
gloves and
open
all.
slightly. I'm
Hello,
busy. What is it?
my name is Madam Morgan. I'm a physician. There's been a rather nasty disease about, and I just wanted to check you up.
I
make
haven't
sure
heard
you're not
anything about
falling.
no disease.
Well, it spreads like wildfire, and for some reason, I don't know why the authorities aren't reporting it, but I think it's my duty to properly to see when people are sick. Especially since, I mean, I'd heard that you're involved with the upcoming fair. It'd be a great shame for you to fall ill before it.
Roll to lie to someone, and like this is
Yes,
going
please.
to be math C, and yeah, pencil.
Success 63.
Cool. Give me a second.
Yeah, of course.
So 7. 63. You said.
Yep.
Cool. He does like okay. He does let you in. But he seems pretty annoyed about it. Like, fine, take me for whatever pretend play you have going on. I've got work to do.
Yes, sorry for bothering you at this hour and during your busy work. I just figured this would be the easiest way to find you, and if not, I can leave a note. And I'll start doing my checkup. And at some point during this checkup, I'm going to open a little thing of salve and just kind of dab it on his face, explain that, this just placing this on and then wiping off in a few minutes will allow me to see if you've got any kind of underlying things. It helps thin the skin, see the blood vessels beneath, mumbo jumbo medicine nonsense. And it is the poison. I'm making him hallucinate slightly. It's like the goal is like minor hallucinations, like the shadows deepen a little, and I'm also describing what this illness looks like the boils and slight darkening of the veins, and uh, hoping that maybe me describing what the illness looks like while also making him hallucinate a little bit might make him hallucinate some of the symptoms a little bit.
Yeah.
And also be very distracted from these two hopefully sneaking in behind me and going through to the back room.
Yeah. I'm going to say roll me distract someone with 4 advantages.
4 advantages. Damn.
Yeah, because like you're literally like making someone hallucinate because of the but also roll it with also 2 challenge dice. The 2
Hell
challenge
yeah.
dice will be to cause drawback shift with the actual
Everything's
potion.
going wrong.
Yeah. Also, if you guys don't mind, after this legwork, I'm probably going to take a 5-minute break because I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Roll is a success on a 40.
Yeah.
Both challenge dice are failures, although I am wearing my gloves, and we have one advantage die success.
Okay. So, 1 success, 1 move, 2 challenges, and a success.
Yes.
Right. So yeah. While he does look pretty well affected and like he's struggling, he's also like because of the struggle and because you're like we're so insistent about checking him now when he's working, he does look like he's getting more suspicious towards you. And but yeah, he is suffering from it. Like he is starting to feel the symptoms, and like because of that, the others working to sneak past him will get an advantage dice when they're doing their sneaking.
And you already have the gas poison.
Yeah.
I would have given that to you previously.
So yeah, What are
Yeah.
you two doing while the distraction is happening?
I suppose we're sneaking around to
Mhm.
find the automata.
Yeah. Find the
Okay.
workshop. I think I'm also, as well as looking for the automata, trying to maybe find any, anything incriminating, any documents, any ledgers.
Okay. Okay. Riley, roll me sneak around to see how you like sneak both of you together, because like I'm guessing like you'd get it that names Maud would just follow your steps
Mm-hmm.
to make it easier. So
Yeah.
roll me. Sasha, do you think Maud being with Riley would be help or be an impediment?
Used to working together, right? They're a team.
I think we've
Oh.
established that this is going to be a problem. Hoop skirt and all.
But yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think it probably is gonna be. The thing is if it was just Maud, if Moose wasn't there, I
Yeah.
think it'd be fine. She's backstage. She's used to being subtle. But because we've got this extravagant goose, which
Yeah.
Maud refuses to part with.
Yeah.
it
So
could be an
Riley,
impediment.
roll me sneak around with two challenge dice. One for the fact that the person you're sneaking with is wearing the hoop set. One for Moose. That's it.
Oh,
I also have an advantage dice.
Yeah, you also
from-
have an advantage dice from
Okay.
I'm just
Um,
causing problems.
I dropped one of my d10s, so the challenge dice will be rolled in two goes. So I'm going to roll everything but one challenge dice first. Okay, let's see. That is a 53, so it's a success.
Yeah.
First challenge dice is a fail. The advantage dice is a fail. And the second
Challenge dice is a
challenge
fail
dice.
as in you get a challenge, or
Yes, both challenge dices were less than 6. And the
okay.
advantage was a 3.
Who knows
Okay.
Oh boy.
Right. So
Made this man go insane.
while you're sneaking, like you managed to sneak past him, and you managed to get the get to the object when there's a rap on the door.
Hmm.
I'm not feeling great. Can you get that? Can you see what's going on?
Yes, of course, of course. And I will go open the door. Who does?
Yeah, you open the door to a set of two city watchmen.
Oh.
Oh, hello. Uh, what brings you here at this time of night? I'm just conducting a checkup to make sure that he's all right. There's been a bit of a disease running about.
Yeah, no, we've heard rumors. We've also heard rumors of a certain goose being around, and we were looking and we're
Outside sweet
in
goose, yeah.
in the merchant districts, and we were looking to see if the like how geese are, they can hide in some pretty weird places. You wouldn't mind us having a look around for this goose, would you?
I mean, that's not my decision to make. Then
Yes,
look over
just
towards-
do it.
Wonder they've got an infectious disease in here.
Yeah.
I would advise getting too close to my patient. Unfortunately, he does seem to be suffering from a few symptoms.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to him and kind of say like, yes, you've got some of the more minor symptoms. You should be all right, but just try to be careful. Don't get too close to people at the fair. Don't get involved in crowds.
Yeah.
General doctor nonsense.
Yeah, you do your doctor nonsense, and the city watch start prowling around looking for this goose, looking under tables, looking pretty infinitely. Why, Zaza, how do you two respond to that? Because they're definitely going to find you, because you're like, while you're sneaking, they are doing a pretty thorough check, and you are like sneaking. You're not actively hiding
Release
right
the
now.
goose.
No.
The goose. Yeah, I mean that's a
Do
plan.
do we want more heat?
Yeah, but if they catch the goose, they won't catch you.
This is true. I mean, what I was thinking is, so as an alchemist, I think some of my equipment includes, I've got vials of alchemist fire, and I
Yeah.
was wondering if I could just release Moose with a vial of alchemist fire to kind of. And like, we're in an alchemy workshop. That's not the weirdest thing to find. The goose could have just found.
Collateral damage McGee over here.
You released a goose like you released Moose with a vial of alchemist fire.
Yes.
They
And I
see
kind
the
of
goose.
Going to
and,
kill
and
us.
the goose moose is going in a different direction to where we're going. He's like running around the kitchens or whatever, or like like some different part of the wherever this building is.
Cool. Does Moose release the alchemist fire?
Yes.
Congratulations, you're now in a house that is on fire.
Jesus Christ. Do we see Goose run out the door?
You see Goose
you.
run at the door and then kind of like try and slam the door behind him, and like is trying to keep it confined to kind of like one little section. But yeah, we're on limited time now.
Yeah, no, the city watch immediately focus on
the flaming goose.
on well, one of them goes after the goose, the other one deals with the fact that there's a fire.
Good plan, good plan.
I mean, like
so we have
you kind of
property
see like
damage.
Moose running off out the window, jumps out the window.
I'll take off my big doctor's cloak and start trying to bat it down.
Yeah.
In all of this chaos,
Yeah.
I continue to the automata to try and sabotage them while everyone is distracted by the fire and the goose.
Okay.
Good plan.
Yeah. Let me have a look. I don't think Assassin really has. Yeah. Roll me in anything. What are you trying to do again?
So I'm trying to sneak over to the.
You can just get over. Everyone is distracted
Yeah.
by the fact that the house is on fire.
I mean, if you need to like use now to kind of to conceal object, I can do those things.
I mean, I can conceal an object. Like I have.
Mhm.
That's something.
It
I
is
can do.
concealed.
Yeah.
If
Are you?
if it's modifying the what are they called? I've forgotten words. If it's modifying the automata, that's probably going to be anything else for me. But if it's concealing, then I
What
have a
are
little
you
bit
trying
there.
to do?
Well, I'm trying to integrate the poison we have into the automata.
I mean, wouldn't I be better at doing that?
Probably.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
my?
that would be that would.
I think I just kind of like, as you begin to kind of like pull things out, I'm just kind of like gently like, let me go ahead, dear.
Yeah. Roll me using a chemical object.
Okay, cool. That is okay. I got a 6. That's well. I mean, I definitely pass. Not very well, but
would you prefer maybe an 81?
No.
I would like an 81. I would like it to go.
No, you yeah, you get it in perfectly fine. Like it's not your best work, but it's done.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have to deal with the fact that you're in a house that is on fire.
Should we put out this fire? I feel like
these is alchemist fire, so it's probably not going to be put outable.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Not going very well. But I would like to ask you, like,
I'm more in the business of starting fires and letting them.
At this point,
extinguishing them.
Just one thing before we get more into the fire. While I was checking up Juniper, would I have spotted anything on the desks, anything that might be incriminating?
Oh god. I'm just trying to like do this while I'm like crossing my legs at the moment. Roll me anything else.
Sure. Success. 46.
Yeah, you notice like there's some various work documents and there's a lot of notes, but like with the brief glance you get, you're not going to be able to read them in any great detail. You'd have to like pocket them, but with the fire, you could probably pocket a few and like to just assume that they got consumed by the flames.
Yeah, that's
in like the other room.
probably what I'm doing then.
Very,
just
very
grabbing
convenient.
a bunch of things like
Mhm.
think like if there's anything with like a diagram, try and grab that. Anything
Yeah.
that's like looks like a letter, yoink.
I'm just gonna let you do that because everyone's pretty distracted, and he's pushing for you to leave with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
And so is the City Watch guy is trying to put out the fire.
like he's trying, but like as soon as he realizes it's alchemist fire, not regular fire, he immediately gives up on that, and like he goes, and it seems to be to contact someone who does know how to put out alchemist fire.
Yeah, so I leave quite hurriedly then with them.
Yeah.
Also gonna leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here.
Cool. I'm gonna say a 5-minute break now because
Very good
I know
idea.
it's like mid like leg work, but like I've been busting my legs for a while now.
That's
Yeah,
So
fine.
yeah, see you guys in 5 minutes.
Thank you for being a part of Sense and our work to create a world where no one is left out of life, no matter their disabilities. With the help of amazing people like you, Sense has expanded our support to over 30,000 people who are deaf, blind or have complex disabilities, parents, carers and siblings. That's 2,000 more than last year. Your generosity has enabled us to show 6,000 children and families new ways to communicate, connect and play, and give 3,400 people a chance to escape loneliness and enjoy companionship and laughter. This year too, 10,000 people loved getting stuck into our inclusive arts, sports and well-being activities. In a sense first, 1,000 families received vital assistance from our emergency cost of living grants. Through your enthusiasm and generosity, you raised £13 million to help more people get the support they need. And our shops received over 1 million bags of donated pre-loved items. Thank you to everyone who joined us to campaign for change. 80,000 of you signed our petition calling for greater financial support to disabled households during the cost of living crisis. Groundbreaking research has shown that there are 1.6 million people living with complex disabilities in the UK. Together, we can keep expanding our reach, ensuring that even more children and adults who are deaf-blind or who have complex disabilities can take part in life. Thank you. Find out more about the difference you're making. sense.org.uk/our-impact. Registered charity number 289868. Thank you for being a part of Sense and our work to create a world where no one is left out of life, no matter their disabilities. With the help of amazing people like you, Sense has expanded our support to over 30,000 people who are deaf, blind or have complex disabilities, parents, carers and siblings. That's 2,000 more than last year. Your generosity has enabled us to show 6,000 children and families new ways to communicate, connect and play, and give 3,400 people a chance to escape loneliness and enjoy companionship and laughter. This year too, 10,000 people loved getting stuck into our inclusive arts, sports and well-being activities. In a sense first, 1,000 families received vital assistance from our emergency cost of living grants. Through your enthusiasm and generosity, you raised £13 million to help more people get the support they need. And our shops received over 1 million bags of donated pre-loved items. Thank you to everyone who joined us to campaign for change. 80,000 of you signed our petition calling for greater financial support to disabled households during the cost of living crisis. Groundbreaking research has shown that there are 1.6 million people living with complex disabilities in the UK. Together, we can keep expanding our reach, ensuring that even more children and adults who are deaf-blind or who have complex disabilities can take part in life. Thank you. Find out more about the difference you're making. sense.org.uk sense.org.uk/our-impact. Registered charity number 289868. Thank you for being a part of Sense and our work to create a world where no one is left out of life, no matter their disabilities. With the help of amazing people like you, Sense has expanded our support to over 30,000 people who are deaf, blind, or have complex disabilities, parents, carers, and siblings. That's 2,000 more than last year. Your generosity has enabled us to show 6,000 children and families new ways to communicate, connect, and play, and give 3,400 people a chance to escape loneliness and enjoy companionship and laughter. This year, too, 10,000 people loved getting stuck into our inclusive arts, sports, and well-being activities. In a sense first, 1,000 families received vital assistance from our emergency cost of living grants. Through your enthusiasm and generosity, you raised £13 million to help more people get the support they need. And our shops received over 1 million bags of donated pre-loved items. Thank you to everyone who joined us to campaign for change. 80,000 of you signed our petition calling for greater financial support to disabled households during the cost of living crisis. Groundbreaking research has shown that there are 1.6 million people living with complex disabilities in the UK. Together, we can keep expanding our reach, ensuring that even more children and adults who are deaf-blind or who have complex disabilities can take part in life. Thank you. Find out more about the difference you're making. sense.org.uk/our-impact. Registered charity number 289868. Thank you for being a part of Sense and our work to create a world where no one is left out of life, no matter their disabilities. With the help of amazing people like you, Sense has expanded our support to over 30,000 people who are deaf, blind, or have complex disabilities, parents, carers, and siblings. That's 2,000 more than last year. Your generosity has...
Hi, we're back and human nature been dealt with. We just left as the group had, as 3 of the crew fled from the house that the alchemist shop they had gotten their goose to set on fire.
As
Normal
one does.
sentences.
Normal sentences.
As you do.
Meanwhile, in the Commoners District.
Meanwhile, in the Commoners District, what is our beloved Chaucer doing?
I'm just going for a drink at the Lost Duckling,
Oh, yeah.
where our friend Eleanor might make an appearance.
Yeah, you go to the Lost Duckling and Eleonora is actually there with a drink and a very stressed expression on her face.
I wonder what-
Excellent. I am deploying sympathy, by which I mean gossip with commoners.
Yeah, so roll me gossip with commoners.
I totally don't roll the 96 I just rolled. Instead, I roll 22.
Yeah, you have a nice natter with her. I need the thing. Please give me the thing. What do you learn about our dear Eleanora? So, what sort of topics do you bring up in particular?
Sympathising with all the hard work she's doing and all the horrible nobles and merchants and so on she's had to deal with.
Yeah,
And
so
those highly strung alchemists, they must be a
Yeah.
nightmare.
yeah, so like she like talks with you and like she's drinking a bit too much, let's be honest, and like she's like eventually gets to the point where it's like, oh, like, and you know what the main problem is, right? It's that like my dear lady, she thinks that she doesn't actually acknowledge that this sort of stuff takes time. She just thinks it happens magically, and obviously, like, I don't want to be traveling home in the middle of the night. There's there's gangs about, and I mean, like, most of them are alright, but then there's a Bloodhood who just really aren't. So I'm just doing my work. Um, I'm just doing my work.
You must have to.
At,
You must
like,
have to deal with some terrible characters.
yeah, and like you don't even want to be around the nobles all night because they're nobles. So I just don't tell anyone. But I kind of just take some of the work to my apartment and do it there. Most of the work, because then I can look good, look professional and all that, but I don't have to be hanging around in the noble district all the time where I'm only getting weird looks.
Yeah, obviously you wouldn't. You just want to be where you're comfortable, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I get any names or idea of what the other alchemists?
Yeah, if you're actively looking
doing?
for it, I'll just let you have this one.
Yeah, I go fishing. I basically try and get her to tell me stories of the terrible Woodbush is going to work with.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna give you the names because that would be I'll give you she basically reels off a list of like names that like you can call on later and I'll actually make them up as they become relevant. But it's mostly just like you recognize some of the names. It's like the big names of the big name alchemists in the city, and also the ones who are like, you don't really recognize some of the names, but like those who more would recognize they're the ones who are rumored to be up and comers. Not the sort that Maud was drinking with last night, but the ones who like start either own their own shop or like have their own brands. But yeah, so you get a decent list, and you think, and like if you talk to someone who knows more about merchants, they would know what shops to go to get more information about those alchemists.
Cool, excellent. Footwork achieved.
Yeah.
No awesome tool.
At all. And yeah. The last one
I might volunteer to like help her walk home and the
yeah. You have a nice,
because she's clearly had a few.
yeah, like aside from the whole like getting information about crime thing, you just kind of have a lovely like evening with her. It's quite nice. She's quite a nice person when she's not working. But yeah. Sasha, I believe you're the one who hasn't done one yet, because you setting the place on fire was actually I believe actually Fleur's scene.
It was Fleur's scene. Yeah. If I'm quite honest, I mean, I don't think I have anything really extra to do, unless anyone has any suggestions.
You could just go drinking with random alchemists and find out what they're doing for the fair.
I mean, that go on.
You could also do one of your spending influences thing. You don't have a specific scene.
You could do an influence action.
Action. So
yeah, because you get an influence to start with that you can spend on things that the mummers allow, such as getting a distraction, getting a safe house, getting yourselves hired for a social event.
That might be good, actually. I was thinking, how are we going to get into this fair?
Yeah.
And well, a fair is obviously an event where you might, musicians, theatre actors. Maybe someone's putting on a musical about alchemists. I don't know.
Alternatively, there's secure an invitation to an exclusive social event by exploiting your fame and reputation.
Sure. I mean, Maud isn't well known, but troop it.
Yeah, like you can be like, yeah, no, I'm getting this for a member of the Bloody Blood troop, and it's like the backstage crew of the Bloody Blood troop.
Yeah, I think that's what I quite like. Yeah, we're backstage. We're supporting the magnificent troop. With all these various chemical concoctions. Don't question it. It's not to be fair.
Yeah, like so you go to your crew and basically explain that you need to get into this and into this for a mummer job, and that's like, yeah, no, we can get hired for that, and they turn up later and hand you a pass as a member of that troop to turn up on the day.
Excellent.
So yeah, as the day arises, an announcement is let out across the city. With the new plague that has been going around, nobles are worried about the lower classes bringing plague to their homes, and therefore there will now be checkpoints into noble districts that you will need to get past.
Oh dear.
This is even for the if you are a merchant attending the Alchemist Fair or otherwise have permits to the Alchemist Fair, an invitation will be seen as permission to enter the district.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, you need to find a way to be allowed in. And the only people who are invited guests or who live in the district will be allowed in. It's not enough to just be a noble.
Okay. I think we need perhaps a planning session to talk about how we're going to handle.
It's our final planning session.
That was the use of a plot twist.
Because I mean, we've got the sabotage down. We just now need to get into the thing.
Also, before you start your planning session, you also hear the news that one Lady Petrovia has been grievously injured by a sabotaged item left in her estate.
I wonder how that could have happened.
Strange happenings in this town. I'm sure no one's responsible for this.
Yeah. And so the city guard are on the hunt for any information about who might have planted this.
Admit to see.
As it seems that the person who planted it had left several members of her personal guard unconscious.
So we haven't succeeded on framing Juniper.
No.
Nah, fair enough.
Unfortunately, it's one of those things where it's like, basically, the problem is that the guards would, like, he would have just handed it to the guards.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
But they do apologize, but this means that that Petrova will not be attendance at the Alchemist Fair, and instead the fair will be led by her oldest sister and heir of Ivana Nightingale. So not the one you listened in on and like talked to, but her older sister, like the middle child.
Yeah.
You were talking to the youngest.
I think we think's the plan.
Right, so I'm going to start you off on a planning session. Time started.
Well, it seems our plan to frame Juniper hasn't immediately worked, but I don't see why we can't plant some more evidence to suggest it's Juniper.
Yeah, those papers that I nicked. What are those?
I'll pause to tell you what the papers are, because the reason you didn't hear was because I was really needing the bathroom. It's a bunch of different alchemical devices. Some of them are like minor parts of the quartet itself, but like only but like they're like designs and redesigns and basically, but also there's ones for like it's mostly just little trinket things like hair designs that like flap when you like when they're moved, clothes that change color based on the temperature of the room, silly little things like that.
Possibly gifts for Petrova.
Yeah, likely gifts for Petrova.
What about the letters?
The letters, they're love letters. Well, it's a mix of love letters and, oddly enough, letters to and from, letters like copies of letters to and letters from Vespers. He seems to have been trying to hire Vespers to plant false evidence of him having always been a noble.
Hmm. I have an idea about how to handle the Juniper situation, which
ahead.
is we could find someone or perhaps commit ourselves a forgery of kind of my schematics for the music box in Juniper's handwriting, plant it somewhere, and then we try and tip off maybe the news or whatever. The fire in Juniper's workshop was supposed to cover up the fact that he made this you know explosive music box.
Is it really worth trying to throw more stuff at that, or
The
I
only
just throwing that out
it's
there.
it's a
yeah?
good
Right.
idea, but I don't know if anyone actually knows. I mean, apart from Petrova herself, that it was a music box that exploded, and of course there was the fact that there was a goose at the time.
There was no goose.
We could certainly use these letters though to frame Juniper and potentially incriminate him with, oh, maybe he's trying to assassinate Petrova and
This
something of the
yeah
sort,
is perhaps less complicated option. I see.
potentially.
Hmm.
The letters will definitely be useful. I think getting Juniper disgraced is good.
You get that sister you were talking to on site to do that. Can you invite her to a meeting outside the nobles district so you don't have to get in?
I think I could probably finagle my way in under the guise of medicine, especially. I mean, for Katie, is there any chance that maybe I would have like received a letter to be like, "Hey, can you come treat Petrova?"
You did not receive such a letter.
And would I think that I'd be able to gain access to the noble district since I am outwardly a medic?
Um,
Hey,
what legwork are we on?
We're not on legwork.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I'm just trying to remember what scene we're on.
Planning.
You were on
Start
scene
of day
5 or
3.
6.
Start of day
You
3
have
so
We're
far.
on scene. We're on scene 5. We're on the day 3.
We're on the
Yeah,
final
you're
final run out planning.
yeah, you're on the day when the items are being moved, and you'll just be like, yeah, no, that's chill.
We've put stuff in the items. We've put stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's going to take you a legwork to get in, so it's going to take you all night to just get into the district.
Okay.
So you
that's not
don't really have time to do more than that.
So maybe our
I
priority
wouldn't
should
be able to spend an influence to get in more easily and then actually do something. And or I suppose I could just send her a letter and have her meet outside. That's a better option.
Yeah. Like there are messengers in it now because they are aware
Yeah.
that like
Okay.
remember though you do need to be in the district in time for the fair.
Yes, of course. That's a thing. I might be able to finagle something with a hearse and
Aren't we going on
hopefully-
Ward's invitation as backstage workers?
Yeah. Oh well. Is that just for Maud or is that for us as well?
I'm going to argue that it's just for Maud because it is for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could try to have Arana invite us in, but it's no guarantee.
well,
The fair, rather than trying to get somewhere where we have to be respectable, then we can go through the old city.
That's an option.
I could potentially pull a few strings to get a inconspicuous meeting with a noble. And potentially we could set up said meeting within the
Microphone
district.
really.
Is that better?
I
Sorry.
think you kind of need to hold it like a YouTuber.
I could potentially pull a few strings to get a an inconspicuous meeting set up between me and a noble. Potentially, I'm not certain, but I could potentially arrange to do this within the district. Or if not, I could arrange a meeting with Petrova's youngest sister,
Hmm.
if that would be
Um,
of use.
that would be a great use. Yeah.
Katie, am I able to use one of my that thing in my spending influence? Can I use that and then that set up a scene in the same legwork?
1 second. Your thing is Vesper.
Yeah.
Vesper. Yeah, you can basically use it to start a scene and then bring other people on your scene with you.
Okay.
But you would have to be there as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thing is, I've got this little list of alchemists. These are the exhibitors at the fair, and I wondered if Maud wanted to pay them a little visit and leave them a few surprises.
Oh, I could do that.
That's a good one. Maybe I can cook something up that looks like the description I've given for this disease. That way, we can have a couple guaranteed no shows at the fair.
That sounds useful, indeed.
Certainly.
So I can set up a meeting with Petrova's sister, and Maud can go and pay some visit to some alchemists, and then
Mm-hmm.
Veronica, you can lead us through the old city to the district where the fair is taking place, and then Hortensia, do you have a plan for this evening?
I mean, I'm talking to Arana, but not sure what I'll do on in my own time. I suppose I could organize things, but if we're taking the old city to get into the fair, there's not much really I can do.
Is anyone feeling a little sneaky, maybe a little light-fingered? Because it turns out that our dear friend Eleonora takes her work home.
Oh, I might be able to stage a medical check-in.
I do love that your solution to every problem is what if we just had a medical check-in?
What if I just fake there
Medical
being a massive
check-in.
plague?
Yeah.
Cause mass panic just by one person going around to houses being like, hello. Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
Wonderful.
If you've got a plan, we can cut it short here.
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll your magic replacement dice?
Yes. More Heather.
And on the crafty side, what have we got?
Give me a moment to think. If someone's got poison wise, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to think of something fun for the final.
Mine is a little vial of liquid which can tasteless, can be put into like a drink or potentially even like splashed onto someone's general like face area. Simple enough to use that Maud will be able to like just sneak in somewhere, drop in something, and the effect is that basically they get some boils and some darkening of the veins, and it looks like they've got a mid-level case of the disease that I've been ranting about.
Oh.
So hopefully make them stay home and not go to the fair and not show their exhibition to anyone. And the risk in using it is that Maud is using it.
That's fair.
The risk is moot.
That's fair.
Oh God.
Mhm.
So what is Maud making? Well,
Ooh. I'm really struggling, if I'm honest.
yeah.
You should have more itching powder stuff that you can deploy into exhibits
This
while
is
at the
this is
fair.
this is what I was thinking. I was also thinking like a stink bomb, if I'm honest, like a
Yeah.
classic old stink bomb.
That's
But
a good
it
Goodness,
may,
hate it when it smells bad.
have
yeah,
multiple things malfunction in this way, and then it looks like it's a whole thing and not just a fluke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Cool. Yeah, so night falls yet again. The items have been moved to the place of the fair. Seemingly unmeddled with. There was this small incident of the complicated fire that had happened at the place of the honoured item, but it seemed like it got out fine. And while that particular shop is closed for repairs, it seems like everything will be okay. But you know better. So what are you doing on the night before the fair?
I'm popping visit to some alchemists.
You're just visiting alchemists in the
We have a
merchant district.
list. We have a list.
Yeah. I mean, like, they're not going to be like having like high key like security because this is the merchant district, like,
Hmm.
and the streets are pretty bad because people are trying to avoid the plague that's rumored.
What plague?
So I'm gonna say, just for all of them, roll me conceal an object with 3 challenge dice to represent the difficulty of going to so many houses. And if this was like a heist film, like this would be like the montage scene of.
Could I like invite them for a dinner party? Like, you know.
Yeah. What are you trying to do with them again? Remind me.
So I'm basically trying to distract them, and either slip in kind of fake plague poison
Okay.
in their drinks,
Yeah.
or like attach a stink bomb to their person that will go off when they display whatever. Like maybe rather than a bomb, it's like, I don't know, like a brooch or something that they might wear on their like clothes, and so when they present their hair, it will just be very.
Yeah. So like, is this like? Are you trying to like? Are you going for the sneak into the house option or the dinner party option?
Sneak into the house, because then if the
Yes.
alchemical creation is lying around, you can apply
Yes,
something directly to the creation.
I think sneaky, and also Maud is not. Well,
Yeah.
they try, but
Yeah. Roll me conceal an object with 3 challenge dice.
for a conceal an object, great. So, give me a second. Where is it? Here. So conceal object is 80. So, oh, that is 84. I'm rolling terribly today.
I guess you better push your luck again.
Gotta push my luck again. So my luck is down to 70. So actually not too bad.
Yeah.
That's a normal amount.
Right. And then I'm gonna roll 3 challenge. I only have 1 d10, so I'm gonna have to roll it 3 times.
Yeah. Sorry.
That is a 10.
Cool.
That is a 5.
Mhm.
And that is another 10.
So one challenge dice. Yes. So
1
like
challenge.
yeah. Also, I realize I haven't done the heat for this for changing. So let's add the up to 21. So yeah. You yeah, you are doing this, and it is incredibly stressful, actually. Like, just constantly, especially because you're doing it very well, but like you are like sabotaging people while they sleep, and like that just feels weird. You lose 10 luck.
Okay, all right.
One too many creaking floorboards.
Yeah.
I drink too much green tea. Kind of like screws my system.
Okay, cool. Who's next?
I mean, my actual scene should be decently short, so
Yeah. Okay, we'll get that knocked out then.
yeah. I'm going to Eleonora. I find a house, visit a few of the neighbours beforehand, do my whole spiel, and then rap on her door.
Yeah. She opens the door and she looks out. Oh, you're the one who checked on Lady Nightingale, aren't you?
Yes, exactly. Just looking to check up on you as well. you know how it is. Things spread fast, and well,
Yeah.
Lady Nightingale told me that you were quite involved in the affair, and I wanted to make sure that things go through smoothly.
Yeah, makes sense because you were checking the nobles first. Makes sense now to check those they've been working with if they're at risk.
Exactly.
I don't have much. It's not going to look as nice, but you can come in if you want.
Of course.
It's a small 2-roomed apartment. There's a three rooms because there's a bathroom. A bathroom, a main living room, and a small bedroom. And like you can see, there's like a cooking area and a table with a few 2 chairs, and all of the furniture has definitely seen better days. And
I'll kind of,
she looks awkward as if like she feels like she's being somewhat judged by this person who works with nobles.
don't worry, I don't do any wealthy peoples. I've seen my fair share of less wealthy places. Don't worry. Sit down. I'll give you a full checkup.
She sits down, like,
And I'll just go through my motions. And basically, I'd like to gossip with her a bit and see like if there's any kind of hiccups going on, things that could be potentially aggravated if something goes wrong.
yeah, this is
And
going to be in anything else role unless like unless you want to start a drinking competition with her.
do I know that she drinks?
I mean, I'm mostly thinking that I mean, you'd probably know from the fact that oh god, names.
Veronica went drinking with her to
yeah.
find out this information.
Yeah. Well,
And
thing is,
also,
that
she's known from staying at a pub.
yeah, it would have to be like out to be out drink someone. It would have to be like a competition, and I don't.
Yeah.
That's not really my thing. So I'm gonna roll
Yeah.
with the 50-50.
Okay.
No, that's no.
Like she's just a bit too nervous about the whole plague situation to be up for really talking.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm.
What you do
If
notice
you,
though is a well-worn desk. Well, you say it's really just a table that has paper that is basically covered with stacks of papers.
okay.
Why didn't you happen to have brought someone with you, like the sneaky assassin?
Yeah, I probably should have done that.
Yeah.
I think I'll be fine though. I'm gonna like ask her to kind of just like wait for a second while I grab some more of my things, and hopefully kind of like I'll say that in a moment where she's like looking away from that desk or like positioned away from that desk during the checkup. And if I would it be conceal an object to try and like mess things around a little bit quietly, like trying to like move the papers around and
like you can do
basically
that.
like without maybe take some, maybe like just mess some of them up, make things nice and disorganized.
I mean, they're already pretty disorganized, but you can make it from a chaos that she has set out and understands to a chaos she doesn't understand quite easily
Exactly.
whilst he's not looking.
Exactly.
Yeah, roll me conceal an object.
Cool, lovely. That's cocked. Cool. 23, so success, but not a huge one.
Okay, yeah. So, what are you trying to get out of this?
Nick some of the important papers and like maybe if there's a timesheet, just nick that, and then like put like if there's stuff that's scheduled for one event and stuff that's scheduled for the other event, swap them round and like basically just complete fucking chaos in there.
Yeah, you cause somewhat of a chaos in there.
Good, lovely. And then I'll also be like with my other hand like rustling around in my tool bag to make some noise, and then I'll come back and like do some more checkups. And I think that's me done. I think I'm gonna clear her. Say that she's all fine. But to do be careful and don't go to crowds too much and try and kind of just make her even more worried about the plague.
Yeah. yeah.
And if you want me to roll for that, I'm happy to.
No, I think we're good. Like, she's
Sure.
already worried enough.
Excellent. Freak her out.
Just so
Nicely done.
freak her out as a treat. But yeah, so that's done.
Yep.
So I believe we are now down to 2 more, Riley and Melissa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Yes.
Well, I believe Veronica is going to get us into the district, so it's probably wise to do that last. So,
Yeah, and then you're gonna talk to
Yeah.
good friend.
so I'm gonna pull some strings, spend one of my influence to receive an introduction to a merchant or noble in a way that doesn't arouse suspicion. With I don't remember her name, but
The younger sister.
the youngest sister.
Yeah, the younger sister is Ivana Nightingale.
Yeah.
Basically, you make some noises in the Vespers, and the Nightingale name is one that they've heard before, but they're surprised that you want to be introduced to the younger sister and not the older one. But nevertheless, they get some of theirs to make some noises, make some introductions, and you get a meeting. This is not at anywhere that could be considered an artistic place because she is sick to death of them. It's just a nice restaurant. It's in the merchant district, not the noble district, out of deference to the laws going around at the time. But it's like the upper end ones. It's the sort where nobles go if they want to meet with merchants or like meet with people from like that aren't in. Actually, no, it is a noble district, but it's one of the ones that has been kept away from the lockdown because it's a noble business district. Is like where the nobles go to have their fancy meals. There's like theaters, and it's all very fancy enough class. And yeah, you get a dinner with her. Are you bringing anyone to this dinner, or is it just you?
I'm bringing Hortensia.
Yeah, so the three of you get a quite nice table in this restaurant district.
Well, sorry, out of character. Can you remind me their name again? I'm gonna write it down. so I don't
Ivana.
forget.
And Hortensia is dressed in full like noble fancy attire. Black, of course, because Gravedigger, but none of that plague doctor business.
Well, good
Sorry,
to meet
go.
you, Lady Urana. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting at such short notice. We wanted to have a little chat with you about your sister and the fair that's happening.
Oh, of course you do. I was hoping to have a night away from all that, but go on.
Apologies.
I apologize for bringing this up. I've heard you're not a particularly big fan of it, and I think you'll be somewhat pleased that neither are us particularly. Neither am I.
It's awful, isn't it? Bringing all these merchants into districts where they don't belong. Sorry, no offense to you, Hortensia. Yeah, but you know, you have have an actual purpose in the noble districts, not like these alchemists with their messy joining powder.
Of course.
Indeed. I am personally of the belief that the noble district should be for us nobles.
Indeed.
After you mentioned, I went to check up on Juniper with the disease going around, just to make sure that things would. I have a job, and I did find a rather incriminating letter in his building. There was a goose as well. I don't think that was anything to do with him. And I pull out.
From what I've heard, that goose is a hardened criminal, served time before. We'll do it again.
I was afraid for my life, truly. And well, first I found there were these letters, and I pull out some of the love letters. Seems that, well, these all confirm the relationship between Juniper and Petrova. Explains why she wants to help him become a noble. Political marriage between a noble and a merchant wouldn't go down well, I imagine.
No, not at all. We would I believe our family charter says you'd be disinherited for such a thing.
Makes sense. However, there is also this, and I pull out the note to the letter to the Vespers. This is proof you need about Juniper's affiliation with criminals.
My.
I was shocked myself. I mean, as a good citizen, my duty is to help this come to light, and I see no one better fit than you to do so.
Why, thank you. This will be going to the City Watch.
Of course. I hope this can improve your standing within your house.
Indeed, unfortunately, my older sister is ahead of me to inherit, but
Of course.
she can, I'm sure, find a way to mess up this family line. And honestly, as long as it's someone who isn't bringing merchants into our house and messing around with all this alchemical nonsense, I'll be happy.
I mean, she is in charge of the fair now after your sister's unfortunate accident.
Yes, and unfortunately, she seems fit to continue it. Despite I have tried to persuade her that it's nonsense, but she says that it would make the family look incompetent if it's not ran. And I suppose for this year, I can see her point.
I suppose. I'm sure she can be convinced otherwise.
I can only hope.
Well, I apologize for breaking this news. I understand that family is complicated.
It is so much so. How about you? How's your family? I know you don't know it too well, but what family are you aligned with, if you don't mind my asking?
I'm with the Clare estate. I'm
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth de la Clare, and
Ah.
so I don't have particularly much business with the Nightingales, but I think in this particular instance, I wanted to put myself forward to say something about it because I, like you, am not particularly fond of the merchants in the noble districts for these fairs. Even if this year's goes ahead with your um, other sister, perhaps the trouble that it has caused and this bit of information that we have coming to light will prevent it from happening in future.
Indeed, and well, I hope the Nightingales and the pairs may work together in the future. You seem
That
like a
would be
wonderful
most welcome.
person.
And
Thank you.
should your sister require more medical attention, feel free to contact me. I
I
hope
will.
she recovers.
I will be in contact. Don't you worry. And if you've gotten all you want from that scene, you have a very fancy dinner funded by the Vespers.
Hell yeah.
Ironic considering.
Free food.
Like, here we are at a meeting organised by the Vespers, talking about how the Vespers are going through that awful crime thing.
How dare they? Anyway, let me eat this prime steak.
Oh God.
Oh, the Vespers, am I right? Hate them.
Honestly,
Hate the Vespers so much. I can't
always
stand them.
causing trouble.
It's the worst.
It's called the mid talk class for a reason. From the stream on chat. But yeah, lastly we have blah, 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 blah. We have Veronica.
I hear people need a route to the fair. I mean, it can't be that hard, right?
It can't be that hard. How are you doing it?
Well, I'm scoping out a route through the old city that will pop us out, hopefully, somewhere near the fair, vaguely, hopefully.
Yeah, the old city is underneath the entire city. And while it can't get you straight to the fair, because that would be difficult, it can get you rather close.
Well, we're ready to go to the fair then.
Yeah, so while everyone else is doing other things, you spend most of your night like sleeping, preparing, doing whatever you like, dealing with the weird fortunes of in your mind. But like before the early hours strike, you gather the others and take them through the Undercity, and it's a fascinating place, especially to those who have never been there before. It is streets that are not they are entirely exactly equivalent to, but entirely different from the streets you know. It is a strange place, and you get the feeling that this is only the upper layers. If you go down further, you'd find that things stop being identical and start turning somewhat into horrors. But
Occasionally you get
that's not
told
the
to
problem
duck,
right now.
and a swarm of bats go overhead. Oh.
Yeah. But for now, you get through safely, and you end up in the Noble District, having bypassed the security for the district. As you watch the sunrise, today is the day. And yeah. So I'm guessing you go and approach the fair.
It's time to enjoy the fair, everyone.
Naturally.
So you approach the fair, and despite the fact that there is a checkpoint done by the City Watch, there is also a guest list. There is also like people. There's about 5 guards waiting at the entranceway to the house, with a staff to guide guests from the entranceway to the back garden, to the gardens where the fair is happening.
Forge us an invitation to the fair.
You want to forge an invitation?
I have forged a document at 80%, and I really want to use it.
Yeah. Maud doesn't need one.
Yeah.
Maud already has the one.
I'm legit.
I could probably finagle my way in, but if you can forge it, that's better.
Yeah. So you haven't seen one of these invitations. Actually,
Maud has one, right?
I have an invitation I could show you.
yeah, you have a like crew invitation, but
That sounds...
also Hortensia. When you went to Eleonora's, you saw one of the merchant invitations on the table.
Like
And you could probably put it out for it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That works.
So so you're forging 3, I'm guessing. How many do you want to be crew, and how many do you want to be like guests invitations? I cannot hear you.
Shall?
Yeah, I'll do 1 crew and 2 guests.
Okay, forge a document and do it with 2 setbacks because you've not really actually seen the guest ones.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's a 56 success for the main roll, and 6 and a 5 on my challenge dice.
No.
So yeah, 2 challenge dice. Okay.
Take the crew one, which I'm more confident in. I'm going to give the other 2 the merchant ones.
Yeah. That happens. I'm keeping the setback.
And you can keep those in the pocket for when they use them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Would we have any idea that these might be a little shoddy, or do they look perfectly fine?
They look fine. They look great.
Great.
It's gonna only go wet.
Actually, So forgery takes I'm gonna use setback straight away. Actually, forgery takes time is the main issue, especially because like you're trying so hard to get it right. And as you do so, people start turning up for the fair, and so it's a busy fair. Like, there's a lot of nobles here. There's a fair few merchants here, and they're all quite alert because of the whole plague and the geese and the everything. And so, any attempts to sneak around are going to have 2 challenge dice automatically now.
Okay.
Get to watch the fireworks.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I think we head on in then.
Yep.
Mm.
Okay. So, while you're heading on in, you notice something interesting. Like two city watchmen approach.
Who do they approach? As
They
all as a
approached you
group?
as a group, like, and they're like,
Okay.
and like, it's clear that they're up to something no good themselves. Like, they're not just being guards, and they're like,
They're
you
club
know,
guards.
I don't remember seeing you back there at that little checkpoint, but I might have seen you if you had some money to spare.
Who's still got an influence point for bribing the guards?
I will cough
I can
slightly.
I can get the
What did you say?
and Maud is whispering this. I can get Moose to bite them if needed.
That's an option.
No, let's just have
but I
pretend to
will-
pay them off.
I will cough slightly and say, there's an awful plague going around. It's possible that you're simply feeling a bit under the weather. You know, your veins are a bit dark. And I'm trying to basically like frighten them a bit and
Roll
see,
me
'cause-
lie to someone.
Sure.
And
Fuck
give
it.
me a setback because like they think they've been tested recently.
Gladly. Setback is over 6, and that is an 18, so success, but
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah. 1 second. I've just realised that I need to actually write down for this. So what's... One of them is holding a gun, by the way, and
Oh shit, that would have been good to know.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, actually no, both of them. Like they're musketeers, so yeah, they're musketeers. So which one were you targeting with that? Or just the closest one?
Yeah, and I'll kind of like pull a couple instruments out of my Physica's bag, totally Physica's bag, not Poison's bag. What do you mean?
What did you say the roll was? Sorry.
18.
Oh God, I need a calculator.
Unless I get that replaced by some magic.
I think you'd like this magic.
I don't know.
I don't think it would really help.
This could go real bad, but it'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. They. Yeah. No. They do believe you. Right. Well. You don't want to get the plague either, so. Or risk getting the plague.
I don't think I have to worry about that right now. Besides, I'm a doctor. Well, if you want money, fair enough. But I do recommend you get yourself checked soon. How much are they asking for, vibes wise?
Like they're asking, like they haven't said a price yet, but one of them is starting to eye it more with suspicion.
Okay. Right. Spotting that, I'm just gonna like. I don't know how the currency system works, or like how much is.
It'll be basically like pounds. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'll basically like hand over like maybe a tenner on my business card to be like, come visit me later. It's important that you get tested. It really is. It's a nasty thing.
They
I've
look
seen a couple
mildly
of
offended.
cases get quite severe.
They look mildly offended at the fact that you've only bribed them £10.
Are they offended enough to keep pushing, or are they going away?
No, they're staying, and they're starting to look at more Tyler. Aren't you the one with that goose?
I've never been associated with a goose. I've never seen a goose in my life.
Where is Bruce the goose right now?
Excuse me. I think Moose is currently. I've been thinking about this for the past 5 minutes, and I think I'm trying to think of like a Trojan horse situation for a goose. Like I really am. I'm like, could we literally have like a miniature or something that I'm towing along like as a prop for something? Because I'm part of a theatre troupe.
Have you
But she's-
considered goose in metal armor to look like an automaton?
That could be cool. I quite like that. I quite like that. An armored goose,
Trojan goose.
Trojan goose. I think that's what I'm gonna go for.
That's so
So but it's like on like it's on like a trolley that I'm pulling behind me.
Yeah,
You would
they.
not guess it was
Yeah.
a goose, but it's Moose.
I did roll to see if he could guess it was a goose, and unfortunately, he rolled a 40. He rolled a 48, but his
Do you say he rolled a 14? Because
no,
I
he
think...
rolled a 48. It fails.
Cool.
I've never been associated with.
Yeah. Roll me lie to someone or equivalent.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna have to remind myself what my stats are for that. Lie to something. Convince someone?
Yeah, convince someone is fine.
Okay. Okay. Right. Oh no, I got a 67 and my
Do you mean
convince
you got
someone
a 42?
60. I mean I could just push my luck again. I've got 60.
Your turn?
I'm more than happy to do that.
Okay, roll a challenge dice for pushing your luck.
Okay. That's a 2.
Going great.
Okay, yeah, yeah. No, you convince him. What did you say you rolled?
I rolled a 2.
No, I didn't like before you rolled a 2.
I rolled a 67 and I pushed my luck to push it up to
Okay.
75. It's just quite
Yeah,
a
like
decent roll.
he completely believes you, and he's like, okay, look, okay, it's clear you're here for the fair. You gave me money. You gave me a look at this weird goose automaton. I'm out. And the other one just kind of looks at him. What do you mean you're out? We could get more than £10 off them.
Listen, I would, as a medical professional, I would really recommend that you not hang around crowds at the moment. And I'm explicitly trying to like intimidate / frighten them away
Yeah.
to be like, cool, you are contagious. Leave.
I mean, the one that you're previously talking to has just simply left here. Are you trying to do this to the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll for that then.
What am I rolling?
Distract someone, probably.
I mean,
It's
if you
not
want me
really
to roll,
distracting someone.
I don't have intimidate as a thing, so if you want me to roll just anything else, that's fine.
Yeah, this feels like an anything else roll.
Excellent. Oh, well, I was hoping to use my unsettling presence feature, but I got a 6.
Cool. Yeah, you do that, and then he looks at you and he tries to intimidate you back. Look, I'm an officer of the law here. You don't need to be making any threats to me. I could make your life very difficult. I mean, like, you're the one who's been saying about this plague. I could start start rumors that you were the one to start this plague. And he gets a 20. So take 20 luck damage.
Should.
Actually, no, take 10 luck damage rather. I forget that villains have flat damage and not based on their rolls.
Okay. Cool. I'm not trying to threaten at all. It's simply in the interest of public safety. Besides, what benefit would I have? I don't charge a grand
Business.
fee.
Increased reputation as the one who discovered this.
I didn't. I never claimed to.
Shall I get moved by Tim?
Maybe.
And what are you doing with this eccentric lot if you're a doctor? Why is there a commoner in this district?
Is he talking about me or is he talking about
He is
who?
talking about the
Veronica.
Michelle's character, yeah, Veronica.
Clean up, mate. Got my crew pass.
Clean
If
up.
you'd let me
Crew.
through. Yeah, someone's got to clean up their chemicals right quick because otherwise they might go wrong when they're done with their flashy stuff.
Right.
Madam,
Well,
Lady
Excuse me.
here is
Clean.
our ward, and she's taking us round to check up on both alchemists and automata alike.
right. Well, you bribed him, but you haven't bribed me.
Sorry, what was that?
You bribed him, but you haven't bribed me.
I'll slip him a tenner.
Yeah, he goes off. So yeah,
Okay,
you've got that took longer than I should have taken with that. Heck. Yeah, so you get past the two being kind of dicks and proceed to the actual fair. You have your ticket, so you get in fine, and you're at the fair. And Lady Petrova isn't there, and there is a quite modest looking juniper stood at his stand, but you can see his heart isn't really as into it when his beloved isn't there. And you can see that the person who is running the fair, um, which is the middle sister Valana. I'm gonna say, even though that wasn't her name previously, but Valana sounds cooler. Valana doesn't really care that much. Like, she's only doing it out of duty, not an actual care about the fair. But everyone else seems to be having a pretty good time at the moment. The miniaturized quartet isn't playing yet.
Any sign of the other two alchemists that we messed with?
Yeah, they're there. They're like showing off their work.
One of them looks quite ill.
Yeah. Did you trick? Okay, yeah. Like they look like they would really rather not be here. Actually, I'm gonna say one of them is there, but looks like he'd really rather not be, and one is just not there at all. But his work is, but there's a little plaque next to it saying apologies due to plague. Everyone seems a bit cautious as well. They're like trying to like keep distance from each other. And in particular, the nobles are keeping a particular distance from the merchants because you know, it can't be nobles causing this.
Elizabeth, how good are you at sticky fingers?
Sorry. What do you mean by sticky fingers?
How trained are you in picking people's pockets?
I'm not bad myself.
That's true.
That's not the thing that I'd be the best at. Veronica's decent at it. Might be worth asking her instead.
Because maybe stealing some key parts of these automata from the various alchemists could be a good idea.
Oh, I'll have a clean up of the ones that aren't attended first. Make a mess. Veronica starts cleaning around the exhibits. Special attention to people who are things which people are being too excited about, and things that look unattended and fragile.
Okay, so what do you actually want to achieve?
I want to make the exhibits go wrong so they look unreliable by petty sabotage the same skills as picking someone's pocket. Only the pocket is the automaton. What I'm
okay,
picking
yeah.
is anything that looks
Yeah, I'm
shiny
gonna let
and
you. I'm gonna let you roll.
thing-like.
I'll let you roll pick someone's pocket for this.
That's a 32, so I succeed in pilfering some vital components. Or
Yeah.
non-vital components. I have no idea what I'm looking for, but I figure if you take bits off them, eventually they'll go wrong, right?
Yeah, like you as you do your work, people start to notice that everything is just kind of breaking down. Breaking down around them, and like, yeah, it's not a good look. But yeah, meanwhile, can I afford that?
I'm. Oh, unless you've got a DM meanwhile, I'm gonna put on my plague doctor mask and just start kind of like walking through the crowd, waving some like herbs, burning herbs and insects in a little censer, trying to give like the general impression that maybe holding a large gathering of people in the middle of a plague was a terrible, terrible idea and should not have happened and should have been cancelled. Yeah, generally being like this is a stupid, stupid idea and just vaguely intimidating people by a plague doctor being around.
Okay, yeah. Roll me. I'm not sure what to roll for this one.
Sounds like lying to people, but like
Yeah.
Or just
Yeah.
class.
anything else can also work if you want me to roll 50-50.
Honestly, I was thinking size someone up. I know that sounds weird, but
Yeah, it's like reverse size someone up.
yeah.
That makes
Size
sense.
someone down.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Ooh. Oh. 30. Success.
Yeah, so people are starting to get like concerned. And like you see people starting to leave at this point because it's like they thought they were safe in this little enclave of City Watch, but like, and especially since everything's breaking.
Can I add to the chaos?
Yeah, of course you can.
I want to. Alchemist, I have smoke bombs on me at all time. I want to roll a smoke bomb in the direction of the entrance. As I do that, I will go, help, help! My alchemical mechanical goose has gone haywire. He's gone missing. Oh no! Help me! Help me!
Yeah, I'm gonna say roll to use that chemical object. To do it with 2 advantages because I think it's funny.
That's awesome.
That's 49, and that easily passes because it's a 90. And do you want me to roll 2d10s for it?
Yeah.
There's a 7 and there's a
Advantages
4.
is d8s.
Oh, it's a d8. Oh,
Yeah.
hang on. Right.
I mean,
and then-
technically it's the same thing because like it's just 50-50 chance to identify me.
Yeah, that's true.
But like roll them anyway. See if we can get 2.
Okay, roll d8. 1 is a 6, and another is a 1.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you do that, and like people start panicking at the entrance, and it looks like the guards at the entrance are looking around, and like they're like they look tempted to close. Like you see one of them walking over to Velena and talking with her.
Hear a
And you
menacing
guess,
Um, while all this chaos is happening,
yeah.
sorry. Hold on. Sorry.
That's fine.
While all this chaos is happening, I go over to find like someone who's attending their automata to one that hasn't yet been sabotaged.
Yeah.
Somewhere that is like nobody's looking at it. Everyone's because everyone's looking at the door and also it's a fairly quiet stall to begin with.
Yeah.
And I'd like to, like, kind of catch the person who's tending the stall and like
Yeah.
kill them with my knife using silent takedown, so
Yeah,
that
you can
anyone
just
who
do that.
isn't witnessing doesn't see it.
There's
So
no
what-
dead body.
And then I leave fairly inconspicuously, so that
Yeah.
it looks like it was the automata that resulted in their death.
And like kill them and then I leave.
Yeah.
Great plan.
So, like,
It was the goose.
Fucking genius.
so basically,
Someone clip that.
so like as people are starting to get concerned with like the medical stuff and the sabotaging and the smoke bombs, then everything stops. As people start to notice there's a dead body lying next to an automata. And I'm guessing he did it in a way that made it look like it was a misfire by the automata.
Yeah.
Like this was an automata that like did like beautiful fan motions, and it seemed like somehow the fan had swiped across the neck, had like sent out like had like the fan had like gone loose from the automata and sliced across their neck. And they're on the ground dead. So everyone is silent. But there is one being at this place that doesn't care of death or like concern. What's Moose up to?
Moose is going to try and approach Juniper and put some alchemist fire in his hair because Juniper really cares about his hair. It's a very big addiction.
How does pet work?
I have one vial of alchemist.
Yeah, no, roll me a D100.
A D100, just okay.
Yeah. And what would you say is Moose's specialities?
Oh,
Arson.
Moose, arson, chaos.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Violence.
Yeah. So you're basically trying to get under a 50 here.
Okay. I got a 2.
Moose
Yeah,
time.
so like his hair gets set a little on fire.
Do you know what? Can I spend an influence to grant 2 advantage dice to that?
Sure.
I
Roll
want,
the
yeah,
advantage
fuck it.
dice.
Sorry.
All right. Roll is a D8.
Yeah.
That's a 4. And
Actually, dramatic animation. Gosh. I realise something about how these rules work.
that's a 2.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's 2. That's you
Yeah.
want evens.
So while you're
Mhm.
rolling, I realise something. Yeah, he gets set on fire and he immediately panics and runs off and like tries to, like, he knows how to deal with alchemist fire, but by the time he's put the fire out, he is distinctly burned and like he can't continue. Like he's done.
I think like Moose kind of jumps up back into the smoke and constantly like,
Yeah.
like kind of menacingly. Just so
And
you
the
know,
city
he's there.
watch see the goose and immediately run for Moose.
Benny Hill platoon plays. Moose and City watch
Yeah.
Juice. Moose tries to like pull them all around, like all these kind of like alchemical inventions as they kind of blow up, break, stink bombs go off, kind of like and the City Watch members begin to trip over their broken wiring
Yeah.
and like stuff that kind of Veronica set up. It's just an absolute chaotic.
This
mess.
is a mess.
Mhm.
Panicked Valina stands up and is like, no, this is done. I'm ending this now before it can do any more curses on our family. everyone leave now, especially that Goose and the fire shut down. People
We
start to
haven't seen
leave.
the mechanical quintet yet.
That,
Do you want to
Possibly.
start at the? Do you want to start at the mechanical quintet?
Hell yeah,
I
get
can-
that
I
irritant
can-
in your eyes.
I can have like
We spent all this time setting it up.
Yeah.
I can just have like Moose run over and try and like set it off as like if
If
I'm
you push them over, the vial will probably break anyway.
yeah
Like
They
he
can
Moose
do
sets
probably
it. Like the sounds of people talking sets it off. What happens to it? I forgot what you did to it.
the vial.
Yeah.
A massive like cloud of black dust that's slightly wet, just out, and everyone within the area. Apparently, Moose is immune to this.
Mhm.
Who knew that geese were immune to urticants? But everyone in the area starts to sneeze and cough and feel extremely itchy in very uncomfortable places. And
Yeah.
It's very
it there is
awkward.
sulfur in that thing.
Yeah. People start to flee. This is the worst event that Nobility has known for decades.
Hell yeah.
Talking of
And-
fleeing,
Yes.
I believe it's time to run like hell.
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, at
Finally.
this point, no one's after you guys. Like, you guys have just done this. Like, it's a mess. The fair's a mess. Eleanor, the
Just
only
walk out and get
the
our
one last
payment.
thing you see as you leave is Eleanor standing there with the holding her documents in her hands, wondering how this all could have all gone so wrong.
Oh
Go
no.
and give Eleanor a hug and like console her and like we're drinking, so she knows who I am.
Yeah, like you give her a hug and she takes it. She doesn't even care at this point that you're not meant to be here.
Ooh, Eleanor's no good, terrible, very bad day.
Yeah.
Offer to buy her a drink and tell her about further career opportunities later.
Mhm.
Like murder.
She'll take you
Fine.
off on it. She'll take you off on it. So yeah. You did the job. I'm guessing you go back. I'm guessing you go back to the Acrobat now.
Yes.
We do.
Yeah. So you return to the circus of one what's her name? You return to the Toycroft Circus where Rosalind sits very happily. And she gets out 4 bags. They look actually a bit bigger than the one she showed you earlier. You clearly got extra money for how you did this.
As you're doing business with you.
Mhm.
I'm sure to hire you lot again. You seem to work well together. And only one body on the floor. I'm impressed.
That wasn't
We
our
can keep
fault.
we
Only
can
one,
keep things. Yeah.
only one dead person, which is um, which is the standard for my services. You know,
Mhm.
And certainly what we aimed for.
I mean,
think,
what
go on.
did cause that plague?
What plague? And as eventually the rumors of plague die down, I and the Gravedigger family I'm a part of will kind of put out an announcement that thanks to the brave actions of the City Watch and their good containment of quarantining things and all of that fancy nonsense, celebrating the great deeds of the City Watch containing the plague to excuse why it's suddenly gone away.
Yeah. Oh God. So yeah, you succeeded. What's your plans now in your lives?
Firstly, Maud gives Moose lots of treats. I think he has earned those.
Here's
Um,
now a
Versus
very
a
one.
steak.
Yeah.
There are wanted posters of Maud and where and
Yeah.
bit
You,
like
yeah.
worth
More of Moose than of Maud.
more of Moose than Maud. Yes, Moose is definitely Goose.
Yeah.
Has
Moose will have to go and hide.
we have to sometimes disguise him as a duck now. It's trick, but like it is what risks of the job.
Yeah.
And Maud continues work on her alchemy quite happily. She's content.
Elizabeth goes back to her local bar, where she was at the start of this whole ordeal, waiting for her next business, the next noble, probably this time to assassinate. Whereas this job, there was no paid assassination. She decides this whole affair was a lot, and she's going to keep it within what she's good at for a while. But, you know, for the right payment, she might do something similar to this in the future.
And
Hortensia's going to go back to doing her work, both sides of it. Eventually, inevitably, when those two officers drop by her practice, she'll poison them and kill them, cover her tracks. They're corrupt. Who cares? And yeah, she's just doing her business.
just doing business.
Veronica has a new protege.
Yeah.
Yay!
Eleanor will be introduced to the right kind of people, and
Reintroduced.
you can always they can always use a competent hand in the administration, and you're sure that you'll be happy back in the
One thing that you learn if you get her back involved in the right sort of people is that she had a forgotten gang before. One that got arrested. The Red Meats. And that's why she wears the red bracelet to remember them. And that is a job complete.
Hell yeah. I love it when plans come together.
So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you guys enjoyed playing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for
thank you.
DMing for us, Katie.
Yeah, thank you, Katie.
I believe up next is irrefutable proof.
Yeah.
Ghost and con artists, you can see right through them. So yeah, thanks for listening. Bye everyone.
Thank you for being a part of Sense and our work to create a world where no one is left out of life, no matter their disabilities. With the help of amazing people like you, Sense has expanded our support to over 30,000 people who are deaf-blind or have complex disabilities, parents, carers and siblings. That's 2,000 more than last year. Your generosity has enabled us to show 6,000 children and families new ways to communicate, connect and play, and give 3,400 people a chance to escape loneliness and enjoy companionship and laughter. This year too, 10,000 people loved getting stuck into our inclusive arts, sports and well-being activities. In a sense first, 1,000 families received vital assistance from our emergency cost of living grants. Through your enthusiasm and generosity, you raised £13 million to help more people get the support they need. And our shops received over 1 million bags of donated pre-loved items. Thank you to everyone who joined us to campaign for change. 80,000 of you signed our petition calling for greater financial support to disabled households during the cost of living crisis. Groundbreaking research has shown that there are 1.6 million people living with complex disabilities in the UK. Together, we can keep expanding our reach, ensuring that even more children and adults who are deaf-blind or who have complex disabilities can take part in life. Thank you. Find out more about the difference your